Hello friends, my name is RagePanda1 and we are back streaming some Bloodline again today. And if you want to get your summons done for the Daevalla and you want to have me do that for you on stream, we can do that. I know there's one person who's considering it. I didn't really warn anybody that that was an option, so if you didn't know, now you know. Without any further dudes, let's just hop into the old Bloodline game. And of course, I like to announce on Discord, if you're not in Discord, then you should be in Discord, because that's where I'm doing the thing. Alright, stream is on. At everyone. If you don't like those notifications, then I apologize. But I do them. I do be doing them. Alright, Valley of Conquerors, that's step number the first. As you can see, they're trying to take everything from me, but it's almost over. So we're just going to be in second place. And it is what it is. Nobody really has time to do anything, but I'll take back my middle section just for the principle of the thing, you know? What's up, Miranda? Hello? Hello, other person whose name I cannot read. I'm sorry. I do not have the culture or background to be able to do that. This is so zoomed in. Feels very zoomed in on my computer. I don't know why. I just took all of this, by the way. I'm probably still sitting right here. So let's get an exciting... Nope, no battles to be had there. Brent, hello. How are you? I was eating tacos with the family, and then I wet my pants. And by that I mean I was bringing down my little glass of water in my little mustache glass. And as I was walking down the stairs, it splooshed on me. And I can't believe it. I can't believe it's done this to me. But it did. It splooshed all over me. Ashen Afterglow. You're here right on time. We're just getting started. Alright. There's no reason for me to do anything but take these because it's over. But you know what? I just don't like people touching my things! I'm holding this middle one too. Nobody's been able to kill me off of them. I don't know if my team is just that good, but I don't think my team is just that good. My traits are certainly not that good. Music down and voice up? Sure. I can do that. I don't know how quiet it's gonna get or how loud I'm gonna get. I don't know. I thought I didn't change it from the last stream. Oh, I know what I changed. I know what I changed. I changed it in my own YouTube player. I had the volume down more. That's my bad. My mistake, family. Is that better? Have I done it? More gooder? Awesome. Alright, now, I did start a new guild at the request of many. We're starting to get some people rolling in here, including a little Snaga action, believe it or not. Unfortunately, we're too strong and we're killing all the bosses, so we can't farm them for points, and it's a little bit of a mistake. I was gonna leave them, and then I didn't leave them, and now I feel bad about it. I just feel bad about it. I am gonna be doing a dungeon descent. I don't know if you guys like seeing that or if you hate seeing that. You'll have to let me know. But it's tedious to do, and I like doing it a lot better on stream. I can say that for sure. Did I actually complete my Hall of Fame stuff? That's a good question. That's right, your boy's been playing. I've been doing it. Did I actually fight all my bosses for expeditions? Heck no! Man, I've been trying real hard to get these every single day and not mess it up. And I always mess it up. Always. I think I'm on 3 days in a row of completing it, but it has been close. Like, real close. Oh boy, people are messaging me about conspiracies. I like a good conspiracy. How about you guys? In the comments, let me see. Chat, what's your favorite conspiracy? Let's talk about it. Let's get deep. Kimberly, hello. I'm sorry that you have to miss this for wrestling yet again. It's almost like that happens every time. Almost like it happens every time. Team, please. It takes so long. It's like 2 minutes at double speed and it feels like forever. Ollie can come with. Thanks for letting me know. This is information I need. I love the orange shields, by the way. Whenever I see the orange shield, I know that it's going good. Boom. That was another doubling already of our power and health. Is this my actual good team? I think it is. I think it's them. Sometimes I reuse the same dudes over and over again. So what are you gonna do? Not a single person is into conspiracies in the chat. Or they're not willing to admit them. I argue with my friends about them all the time. Sometimes I believe ones that they think are crazy, and sometimes they believe ones that I think are crazy. But I suppose I can't directly out any of those because I might hurt somebody's feelings. So I won't do that. I won't do it to you. If anybody wants to have summoning done, you need to let me know. In fact, there was one person who did, and I should message them right now so we can get the ball rolling on that. Alright, streaming now. There we go. We doing it, we getting them. We're in a Matrix simulation? Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one because there is actually not a definitive answer. It's equally possible that we are and that we are not. A lot of people talk about the cover-ups in NASA. You know, like airbrushing pictures and stuff. I think we can all agree that they do that because it's pretty clear. There's a lot of evidence that they do that. And a lot of people use that to argue about the moon landing. But some of the people who believe that we're in a simulation, they think that all of that cover-up is because space is just simulated out there on a giant screen, and we can't actually go there, so they just make up fake pictures about it. And that's an interesting thought. I don't believe that one, but but I think it's interesting. I do think that there are... I heard, of all people, I heard Kanye West talking about life being a simulation, and his version of how it's a simulation is actually accurate, and what he was saying is that everybody is just programmed to do the things that they do. Like, most people act the way that they've been taught to act their entire life, and in that way you've been programmed, and you're just sort of simulating what you're supposed to be doing instead of being your own person. And that's true. I don't very often agree with Kanye West, but on that one, I kind of have to. It's kind of accurate. Kimberly's afraid that I'm gonna get unalived by talking about conspiracies. I don't think it's that serious. Maybe if I talked about the real ones that have some real meat and bones, then I'm not gonna do that though. Not on this public forum with the 100 people that will likely see this. Never know. One of them might be in the KGB or something. We did it. Right under the wire again. Mere moments left, and we've done it. Alright, what do you guys want to see? Straight into Dungeon Descent? Is that what we're doing here? Is that how we're feeling today? Brent says he could do his job in 3 to 4 hours, but he's got to stay all day. Yeah, isn't that a weird system that we've just decided that there's a certain hourly metric for getting your work done? That seems like it's based on almost nothing, except for the fact that they can justify it to you by training you to be that way. I think that's a little sus, boys. I don't think maybe that should be the way it goes. I still haven't looked at this at all. It just seems like they want me to spend money. Am I wrong about that, or do they just want me to spend money? Because whenever they do this, whenever they put a dot here, but then you click and there's like nothing there, it's like, oh, I guess there was something there. But every time they do that, that's always spend money, spend money, spend money. That's why I don't even look at events like that. I literally haven't even looked at it, because I just expect it to be spend money, spend money. The beard is a prop. The beard is doing the thing, you know? Sometimes I think about shaving it off. I think my contrast is a little high because my beard blends right into my shirt right now. I did take off one of my lights because I thought it was a bit much. Maybe I needed that for the expression of the beard and shirt contrast. I don't know. I don't care where I put these guys. I know that's wrong, but I feel like I don't care. Wait, which one of you is the girl? How come I can't tell them apart, by the way? Is that bad design, or am I just dumb? He's got the orange on his butt. She doesn't have the orange on her butt. But other than that, it's like almost exactly the same model. And that's a little bit lazy. I know they're always kind of like that, but that one is just a bit extreme. Yeah, I think I mean, I like the design overall for one of the characters to be like that, but to have them both be identical is like they were trying to save a couple bucks on the art. Did not seem like it needed to be that way anyway. So I might actually get my ass kicked here. It's highly possible. And the reason is because I pushed my campaign up really high. So hopefully we don't see that happen, but if we do, we're not terribly surprised. Richardson Scott says, Mr. West is a puppet of the government. Once he declared he was going to be president and against Donald Trump, they locked him up with a psychiatric ward and brainwashed him until he left. I think there's other things. So, I don't want to talk about it too much because people have opinions and they're going to get weird. And the reason they're going to get weird is because Kanye did go off the rails completely. That did happen. That is true. But what originally happened was he said that a certain group of people was in control of the media, and then he showed proof in his hand, and he was right. Like 95+% of all of those companies are run by that group of people. That's not a negative statement, by the way, and I'm not saying a negative statement, but it is true. And then, with only saying that, he had billions of dollars taken out of his stuff. He was homeless on the street, no contracts for anything, no income whatsoever. That's a little weird. Is that not weird? And then he went completely off the rails and said some stuff that you don't get to say. Now he's just a bad person for that. So, but originally, they kind of did one on him. That's all I know. Unless maybe I missed a part of it, but that was my understanding of the situation. And it made me wonder, why is he not supposed to say that? That's my only question. But those are the ones that are hard to talk about because it's like, it's very easy to just say, oh, that's super racist to say. Even though, like, you could say things that are not racist, and then people say it is. So, yeah, I don't know. Too dangerous to talk about in public, I swear. Yet here I am, running my mouth. Brent says, same in Ascension, gotta remember who's looking left or right, basically. Yeah, for sure. That is true. I could be skipping all of these. I just kind of don't want to. Yeah, so here's the thing. I'm going to talk just a tiny bit about racism. And everybody needs to just listen to what I'm actually saying. And don't listen to a preconceived notion in your head. Can we all do that together? Can we do that? Okay. So, the thing about racism is that people are different. They are. They're physically different. They're emotionally different. They have different pros and cons. It's like picking a race in Dungeons and Dragons, right? You're going to get some bonuses somewhere. You get some drawbacks other places. That's just the way it is to be genetically different. I don't think that people should be jerks to other people based on the fact that they are genetically different. But to pretend that we are all identical and exactly the same is a little bit silly. And to be unable to talk about the fact that we are slightly different is just living in a dream world. And then to, beyond that, say that it's completely racist to even mention that there are these differences in the first place is crazy to me. Like, we should celebrate our differences, and if we all use our strengths together in a network of brotherhood, to use a cliche phrase, then we'd be farther along as the human race, you know? I think that is better. Just don't be a jerk to everyone. That's the main point. Don't be a jerk, and don't be afraid to talk about hard subjects. This has been my TED Talk. Probably my last YouTube video ever. I'm gonna get taken out. You're not allowed to preach love. It's not good. Brendan says, Siegs, I noticed you changed the spelling since the previous time. Used to be 2 G's. Is that just a quick typing thing, or were you getting in trouble for the way you were typing it before? Was it too on the nose? Inquiring minds want to know. And I am one of those minds. Like Great Danes and Rottweilers, he says. Yeah, exactly. Like, we don't do that. We do it a little bit for dog breeds. Like, people will hate on pit bulls. And it's true, if they have a bad upbringing, they can be extremely dangerous. But they also can be extremely loving. Any of them that my family have ever had have always been very loving. But that doesn't mean that they can't be dangerous also. So, I don't know. Is it then fair to say that pit bulls are a dangerous breed? I don't think so. I think that's where you maybe get into the breedism a little bit. You still have to give every individual dog their chance. That's what I say. You can't use the actions of a group to judge an individual who is not necessarily involved in those actions. Unfortunately, the media wants us to do group politics now. And you either believe all of this thing or all of this thing, and you cannot mix and match. That's not allowed. You can't sit in the middle and disagree with both sides. That's not allowed. Because if you sit in the middle, right, since everybody's so extreme now, you're either a crazy liberal or you're a right-wing extremist. And both of those are extreme sides, to be fair. And almost nobody is on those extreme fringes. I hope everybody understands that. But if you're sitting in the middle, everybody on this side thinks you're crazy liberal, and everybody on this side thinks that you're a right-wing extremist, and you're dead center in the middle. How does that work? That works because you said, I disagree with something on your position, and their only assumption is that you must be an extreme version of the opposite side. And wouldn't you know it, that doesn't get us anywhere. Nobody can talk about anything, and nothing good comes of it. Someday we'll learn that. Brendan just wants to bang the orc companion. Well, there's more than one, and there's also male or female, and to each their own on that. But I believe that well, actually, I think I passed on one of the orcs, and then I smashed on one of the other ones. I think that's how it went down. Hello, Tammy. You did. You caught me live. Rocking a little Dungeon Descent. Talking a whole bunch of mess that it's going to get me in a bunch of trouble. But that's okay. Boo. Boo 80% off deals. Not a fan. I'm almost tempted to take the 80% off deals just because it's so hard to get your hands on some intimacy items these days. But I don't know. Maybe I'm being extreme in that opinion too. The male with yellow hair, we're going to have a look after this Dungeon Descent, if I can remember. Maybe I'll back out and go look now. We'll see if he's all that hot. Tammy says I won't tell. I appreciate that. I hope nobody will. I hope nobody will. Let's just sit in our little corner and preach love to each other, and everybody will be nice to each other. And then we just don't get in trouble for it. That sounds good to me. Alright, I don't have like any companions on this particular one. This guy, the Ugrel, he does have a spirally titty thing going on. He does have that. My dad, he says. That's a little, I know that that's a thing that people say in a schmexual way. I don't know if I can get too deep on that one. But I don't know, that's weird to me. That's weird. I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft, and it was during the Shadowlands expansion, and there were these giant angels, and they would pick you up and carry you around. And we always called them Sky Mommies. We'd say, "Take me over there, Sky Mommy. I need you." And even that for me was a little weird. I don't know. So I couldn't be in the moment talking about Sky Mommies and Daddy chill, you know? Can't do it. Can't do it. Brendan, thanks, Mommy. Yeah, some people in the group made that one weird after a while. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. I think the person that came up with that is the guy who was playing Murtaugh in the Baldur's Gate series. We're currently on the last fight in that Baldur's Gate series, and I just have not wanted to edit the videos because I felt like they took a really long time to make, and I was not making people very happy with them. so I stopped doing it. Ricardo, I'm back. I'm playing the Bloodline. Flying in the face of GOAT games. They're not happy to see me, but that's okay. Miranda can't have volume, oh no. Well, I wish I would have made myself more handsome. You know what's, speaking of being handsome, I think that boat has sailed for me, because in the past week, there's like 3 or 4 people who have told me that I look like Jack Black. And don't get me wrong, I kind of see it. We both have the obnoxious beard. We both act a little crazy here and there. But my man is not looking his best. And does that mean that I too am not looking my best and maybe I should clean up a little bit? It's possible. It's very possible. Yeah, Bloodline is very, very pay to win. It's gotten much worse than it was before. And I have had struggles with that. When I came back around Christmas, I played for a few days, and then I started noticing changes here and there, and I was right on the verge of just throwing in the towel and saying, no, to hell with it, I'm not doing that. Because I truly think that GOAT games... Oh, this is fun. This is fun what's happening here. We're just, we're taking a little pause break, taking a knee in the middle of battle. Well, get emoted. That's funny. Alright, we're going into just chatting so I can repair the situation. Come on, Bloodline, I believe in you. I believe. Do you believe? When you wish upon a star. I still have stuff in my throat, so high notes are a little... I can't do the dangling, beautiful high notes right now. Not possible. I love how my OBS registered Bloodline immediately, and then it's like, nah, we're not gonna do that. It'll come back though. Super pay to play. You can get companions a little more easily. Is that true? I don't think that's true, and the reason I don't think that's true is because they're coming out with them so often. So if you have to keep paying to keep up. Alright, let's try switching back and forth. Thank you. Sorry about that. We got her fixed. My computer was just throwing a little hissy fit. Conspiracy theory, you can have fun playing free-to-play in a pay-to-win game. That's actually very true. But that is not my plan. Not my plan at all. My plan is to keep making content so that I deserve to be making money on YouTube. because I have to earn that, right? But when I was making videos before, I had enough of an income that I could justify spending probably enough on the game to stay current with it. And if I get back to that point, that's what I'll do. It's just so I can keep making good videos for the community. Because let me tell you, when I came back and I saw all of the strategies and talks people were having, a lot of people are way off on a lot of stuff. And the reason that people are way off on a lot of stuff is not because they don't know what the hell they're talking about, or that the game is just too hard and nobody's any good at it or anything. The reason that people's strategies are way off a lot of times is because of subtleties that just go unnoticed. And I think that, I don't know, I think that we were covering it better when we were all communicating together, because my style has never been, I'm going to tell you the way it is, and that's just the way it is, right? I think we all can agree to that. I like to open up discussions, and so we can cover every avenue of what is good and bad. So instead of having one person just say, oh, I think it's this way, and that's the way it's going to be, and having a bunch of people just go, oh yeah, of course, that must be the way it is. We hammer it out and talk with each other in the Discord, and then we find all of those subtleties that we maybe hadn't thought about before, and that leads to better strategy. So I'm not taking credit for the better strategy. I'm just saying that the communication that we did on the Discord with everybody as a team led to better strategies. Does that make sense? I hope that doesn't sound arrogant and dumb, because I'm not trying to be. Jennifer says, new to the game, seems interesting so far. It is very interesting. It's very fun, in my opinion. But it can be very expensive. It doesn't have to be. Anybody who tells you you have to be spending, that's not true. But in order to play without spending, you do have to make sacrifices. You're enjoying it and you don't spend money and don't intend to? That's good too. What server am I? I'm 1578 right now, and I have just started my own guild that is open to the public. So anybody can play on my server, anybody can play on my guild, and there is also cross-server guilds, but you have to be within a certain range. You can't just join any guild from anywhere. Nice. First try? Let's get him. Let's get him. Snagga, buddy. Hello. Hello, my friend. Despite the fact that you just said MLux is the best champ, I still want to be your friend. Despite the fact that you said that. I'm still here for you. So even though I killed this boss just now, I'm not going to clear the whole room, right? But I am going to click on all the tiles and get all my free stuff. I like my free stuff. At this point, I'm pretty much good. I mean, I have the Potion of Rage, so it's probably not going to matter too much. Female Lionstone is actually still, like, usable. I hope nobody took from my video that you can't use her, or that it's bad to use her. But I don't think she's good. I think it's been a huge mistake of the community to recommend her to so many people. And I stand by that. I do. It lets people get lucky, you know? If it might work and you don't know why it worked, and then maybe people are fine with that. That's fine too. But I don't like her. Not a fan, and I always I always do just as well without her. Everybody says I can't win without her. I don't think that's accurate at all. Ricardo says, for those that are new, a solid guild will help you. That's true. That is very true. Unfortunately, I got a little heart icon that's in the way of reading the rest of the message. Helps you be free to play. That's what it says. Yeah, I don't mind spending. I think the challenge fund is, like, if you like the game, it's always good to support a game that you like, and the challenge fund is definitely the way to do that on this game. I think that this game is worth the $20 or whatever it is for that. I think it's $20. I do think that the game deserves that much. I don't tell everybody to do that anymore because I don't like the way that they run the rest of their business, but that's just one man's opinion. Sure, I'll buy the thing just to have the thing. Come on, diamonds! Yeah, boy. This is the way. Always looking for those 90% off earrings. Please never dab again. I'll dab right now. I know you're talking to Brendan, but boom. What are you gonna do about that? Do I gotta do it bigger for you? Huh? Boom! Now what, Snagga? He just unsubscribed. I felt the disturbance in the force. He's gone. He'll never come back. I can't believe it. Poor guy. I just sabotaged our friendship live on air. Oh my god, look at all of these open spaces. Did he forget all of the enemies? What is going on? I cleared out almost the whole dang map. Very nice. Give me all the stuff. I actually really like the chests where I don't even have to pick anything. It's just better. Better, faster, stronger. I'll take these just in case. Just in case I get myself in trouble, you know? Probably not going to happen, but it could. I hurt your soul, Snagga? Hey, listen, man. I want you to know that my son was doing the dabbing thing when it was popular. And in order to get him to stop, I had to start dabbing. Pans and Saber. The old Jordan here with the dono. Thanks, buddy. And I'm glad you like the beard. It's, it must be in a decent spot. People are certainly commenting. Must be doing something right with the old facial hair. I'm also, I'm in for a big storm over by my location. And they're suggesting we all bunker down and get supplies and stuff and be ready. And this beard makes me feel like I'm gonna be fine. Like I just am in touch with my inner Norseman. When I go out there with a little axe, get some firewood for the family. Maybe get some hunting done. I don't know. I've never been much of a hunter, but I feel like I need to learn, just in case they continue to cut off our food supply and make everything $11 to buy a slice of cheese. At a certain point, I won't be able to afford that anymore, and then I'm gonna have to go take care of business. It is good for hiding all of the chin snacks. After you said that you went back and listened to the chin snacks video, I went and listened to it. And, you know, we were onto something with that song. We should have done the whole thing. Hey, the notification worked. It was slow as all get out, but it's there. Look at that happy panda. It's me. I'm the happy panda. Just saw your first team that made over 100 million power. Yeah, that's huge. Absolutely huge. Cheeseflation. I'm a Wisconsin boy, so we measure everything in cheese price. Not really, but that plays into the mythos pretty good, doesn't it? We do be buying a lot of string cheese, though. That is fair to say. In fact, I've been saying for a while now, I got this thing that reads my blood sugars all the time, and I'm trying to keep them at good numbers so I don't die prematurely or anything like that. And I've been skipping out on a lot of carbs, which means I've been eating meat and cheese almost exclusively, which is pretty standard for Wisconsin, I must say. Sometimes I get mad that I'm diabetic because I'm not like I'm not really that obese. I mean, medically speaking, technically I'm probably obese, but you know, I'm not like what you would think about when you're thinking about a big old huge fat guy. I'm not quite that state yet, but I can't get the diabetes to leave me alone. Don't know why cheese is so expensive when we have a big ass bunker of it. We do have that. Yeah, I don't know. I think food is expensive on purpose, actually. And while we're talking about our conspiracy theories, I think that the inflation has been on purpose. I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but the past couple of years, there's been a series of fires and explosions in all of the food store warehouses in the United States. If you're wondering why your food is expensive, it's because that's been happening. And all of those things are acts of arson. Somebody is doing that on purpose throughout the entire United States, and they're just going completely unchecked. Isn't that weird? And that is super weird. I'll answer my own question. Yes, that is super weird. But what's more weird is that Wisconsin is big on farming. We do a lot of corn, we do a lot of dairy, and we do a lot of cows for meat products. So, in our area, we've had a lot of people who have had government agencies come to their house and force them to kill their cattle or get fines, and they pay them to do it, but they don't pay them like as much as they would get if they turned it into food. And all of that food just disappears. And what is the result of that? Of course, the result is that food prices are absolutely insane. So why are government agencies contributing to the food shortage when we're all suffering and having a hard time affording our eggs? I think that's a little sus. A little sus, bro. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. I don't have an answer. But somebody somewhere is sabotaging us on purpose. And I'm not saying that they're part of a government agency. It's pretty easy to fake that. So I'm not saying it's the government. I'm just saying that that's what's happening. You're just trying to thin out the Americans? I mean, rich people and the people who want a global government, they all say that we should have under 500 million people on the earth to make it sustainable, and their goal is to get it under 1 billion people. But they think it should be even worse than that. They think it should be around 500 million. In fact, they even have a ratio. They want most of the people to be Asian. Like they've picked how much of each race they want in their perfect world. I think maybe we should not kill everybody on the world. That's my controversial opinion of the day. I think maybe we should not kill all the people on the world. So, I don't know. If you're mad at me for saying that, then that's on you. Fight me about it. I'm here to be controversial. Brendan, I refuse. You are loved. In this community for sure, if nowhere else. The Australian Army did a wonderful job with that. With which thing? Thinning us out or fighting the emus? Hey, we found the guy. Remember when I found the guy first try and I was so happy? And then now this. Now this. Yeah, they had a rough time with the emus. Emus are basically raptors anyway. If we're gonna stay on contentious opinions, I think emus are basically raptors. We could all probably agree to that, right? The modern day velociraptor. This is not going as fast as I expected, but maybe it's because that floor specifically was train wreck. It really was. It was bad. It was not good. There he is. Nice. That'll help. I love how Australian it is for him to say, "Oh hey, here, I got one of her. Hooray." I love how Australian it is for Snagga to say, "Mate, you don't fuck with emus," or however they talk. It's funny because I could do a way better Australian accent. But it's, you know, it's too much effort. It's too much effort. Plus, I don't know if you know this, but when you try to do accents, it's easier if you have like a phrase that you say that gets you in the flow of speaking that way. And I just feel like it's just too racist to do that to Australian people. Because what are you gonna say? You're gonna say crikey. You're gonna say shrimp on the Barbie. It's gonna be all the classics. Wow. I guess I will just be stuck in the corner. Unbelievable. Tammy watched Love and Monsters yesterday. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Somebody remind me on the Discord that I should check that out. I like talking about conspiracy stuff. What is wrong with my hand? I got a little bump on my hand. Okay. That's not great. Yes, you can join the guild. You can and you should, and everybody should. And I should probably link the, I made a YouTube short about it, and I don't think that was the correct vessel for delivering that information. It just didn't seem like it needed to be a long-form video. But I should have just tagged it in at the end of one of them. I reckon. That's what I should have did. But it ain't what I did do. Not at all. Imagine spending diamonds, by the way, to re-roll these chests. Can you even imagine that? That would hurt my soul. That would be a deep pain that I may never recover from. It's a spoof of an apocalypse movie? What the heck is going on with my hand? I don't know if I can show it. You're not going to be able to see it, but it's like right here. There's a little dot, little bump. I'm getting the stigmata. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't know. I do think that there's a lot of I think there's a lot of validity to the claims that there is a group of people who work in the shadows and do bad things. I think that's real. Seems to be definitely real to me. But I also believe that the outcome is going to be fine. We're all going to be fine. They are not going to win. Jordan says, things I can't repeat because it's YouTube instead of Twitch. I was streaming on Twitch a lot. I know a lot of people were wondering where I disappeared to. I didn't disappear. I've been making content the entire time. Just for a while, I was exclusively streaming on Twitch pretty much every day, and we had a good time. But that just sort of fell apart and dwindled a little bit. Couldn't really find my game, you know? I felt like it would have been better if I had more of a specific game. Because what happened was, you get people that like you and they want to watch you, but you're playing something they don't give a shit about, and they're like, I'm not going to waste my time with that because I don't even know what game you're playing and I don't like it. So, what are you going to do? You guys are naughty. Brent says it doesn't prompt you for spending those either. Those 20, oh man. The 20 diamonds for the reroll. Unbelievable. Not surprising, but unbelievable. Why would they do that? I don't know, man. They make a lot of choices, don't they? I know, I'm hurting my members by clicking around the floor. Dude, these badgers... Okay, in this game mode, the badgers do nothing. But in Spire of Champions, the badgers are unkillable. What is the deal? Is this a known bug? Like, I don't understand. Have they talked about it at all? I've seen other people mention it. Orc women are very hot. I like Karl from Baldur's Gate. She's not an orc, but she's kind of got... She's red instead of green. It's the same, right? It's fine. She's still not natural. That's not the right way to say that. Trying to carefully step over these words, but 120 vigor wolf and badger meta. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice if they actually worked that way for us? Wouldn't it be something? Jordan forgot Twitch existed? Yeah. I mean, some people just have a bad opinion of Twitch also, and they just didn't want to use it. So, unfortunately, viewership declined there. And I think I suffered from success a little bit at the beginning, because when I originally started streaming with Bloodline content, and I was doing it on like a scheduled time, I was literally streaming to over 100 concurrent people sometimes. And I later found out, I didn't know this at the time, but I later found out that that puts you in the top 1% of streamers. Like, you're doing better than most everybody if you make it that far. And I don't think that I thought that, I didn't think I was doing as well as I was doing. And then when I stopped doing Bloodline, that dropped down to around 30 people. Huge numbers, absolutely huge numbers. And I didn't have a frame of reference, and I thought that because I was doing 100 before and now I wasn't, it felt like I was doing bad. And that was just not true at all. So that was my fault a little bit, and that's part of the reason why I was switching things up, trying to like make it better. And everything I tried to do to make it better just made it worse. But you know what? We didn't give up. We never give up. We just keep trying, and we pursue our goals even when it's hard. And now we're here. Now I'm here with all of you, having a beautiful time. Isn't that something? It's so tempting to skip these. I don't want to skip them. Because I know that it takes away from the game a little bit if you just skip it all. But it does take time to watch them. It does take time that I could be saving. So which thing is more important? Am I having fun with the game, or am I just skipping ahead? Snagga, the 10-month legendary member. Thank you, Snagga. As always, nobody has to support me monetarily, but when you do, it does feel good. It does feel real good. It's an addiction. No, Snagga, you more than anybody. You've always been there. And there have also been several other people who have been there the whole time. But Snagga's one of the few with unconditional support, even if I'm not doing his favorite thing. And it's people like Snagga and Miranda and Jordan and everybody else that's been here. Most of the people that are in the chat right now actually have been around for the entire time. It's because of people like that that I'm actually still going. If everybody would have left, I would have given up, for sure. For sure. Jordan says show off. Yeah. You guys have your gold pandas now. I think actually in 2 more months you get another color of panda for your legendary memberships. Snag is always there, watching from the bushes. Oh, you can always count on him. We're almost through this thing. We're getting to the hot, dense middle of it. Good lord, can they just let me go up to the trap? Do they have to be doing me this way? I feel like they don't have to be doing me this way. Yet here they are. Backyard or front yard. You know, I don't really have any bushes to hide in. I have giant, hundreds of year old trees. So you could technically like get some shade under them, but it's not gonna be hiding you at all. You're gonna have to wear your camouflage. One thing that's nice is that I live in a nice neighborhood with basically 0 crime. So we don't have all of the all of the concealment that maybe some more dangerous neighborhoods would have. Brent, you guys are funny. I do, you know, you kind of have to worry about that if you're going to be a content creator. People stalking you. But, you know, we have the right to defend our property in this country, and I will do it. If I have to. Does anybody else? Okay. Now, ladies, I'm not saying this question isn't for you, but this question is for the dudes. Do you ever just be chilling at your house and you just imagine the scenario where some intruder comes in your house and then you got to defend your house and you just imagine how good that would be? Like, you know, if you win, if you're successful. It would suck if you get shot or something, but if you win the fight, then that's great. Seems like I think most people have that. Or maybe they don't, but most people that I've talked to have had that little daydream in their lives. It'll suck either way, I suppose. I don't think I got in a lot of fights when I was younger in school. I was always the larger, fairly well-built kid, and people thought it's like being the big guy in prison. Everybody wants to fight you, right? And they just took turns, like a Bruce Lee movie, coming in trying to fight me. And the problem was that I enjoyed fighting. I just thought it was the adrenaline and everything was a lot of fun. And then when I became a teenager, I got in a serious relationship, and my girlfriend was like, "You gotta stop fighting. You can't do that." And she made some good points. She didn't just tell me what to do. She made some good points. And I'm like, you're right. It's time to grow up, not fight everybody. So I really stopped for a long time. And eventually we broke up. And there was there was this dude who had been grinding my gears for about 3 years. And I never fought him. I never did anything. And I never even talked to this guy. He just was always an asshole for no reason. And finally, one day, it's funny how things build up and how emotions build up. I was so sick of this guy, and I was so sick of hearing everything he had to say every single day. Just kept my head down. I wasn't trying to be a jerk or fight him or anything. And one day he just came up to me in the hallway, and he said, "Your haircut's gay." And, like, it's not even a big insult. Like, who cares? But I definitely fought that guy that day. And what happened was, that happened in the hallway, and my brother came by, and he saw the rage in my eyes. And he's like, "No, dude, it ain't worth it, man. You're gonna get in big trouble, you can't keep fighting." I was like, "You're right, man, you're right, I'm not gonna do it." And so I'm in the lunchroom, I go to take my tray back, and he like throws his shoulder into me a little bit, and then it was on like Donkey Kong. I went to punch him, and he went to punch me, and what happened was, he essentially put himself in the position for the, the wrestling move, the rock bottom, where I just like had across his body, and I just took him to the ground, and I was having a great time. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was having a great time fighting this kid. And it took his girlfriend ripped my shirt off of my back, and she's like flailing, punching me, which I thought was hilarious because she was doing 0 damage. Like, if we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, she's rolling natural ones on every swing. And so she was not effective in pulling me off of him. Eventually, 5 lunch ladies come out. And the only reason that I stopped is because I didn't want to accidentally punch an elderly woman. So I finally stood up, and I'm like, all right, it's over. But the thing is, everybody hated this kid because he did I wasn't like a kid who got bullied. He just did this to everybody. And for some reason, he just kept getting away. But everybody hated him. Everybody. And so I get up, everybody starts cheering and clapping. And I got my arms up. Yeah, we did it. My brother at the time was a senior, so he had left and gone to Taco Bell for lunch instead of eating the school lunch. And he comes back into me being escorted out with my shirt in tatters, arms up in the air. Yeah, I did it. And this kid was so hated that we went directly into the principal's office to talk to the principal. And the principal... So the principal looks at the kid, who just, his face was a little bloody and stuff. And he's like, "Well, it looks like you didn't win this one." And the kid got all offended because the principal was talking shit to him. I thought it was hilarious. Because even the principal hated the guy. Everybody hated the guy. So that was my return to fighting. And I think that was my last fight ever, all the way back in school. So every now and then, the thought of defending my home, I don't think it would be like, I wouldn't feel bad, I would feel bad if I was if I died and I didn't do the good job. But if I did a good job, I'd feel great. I think. Maybe I'm weird. I know we got mixed opinions. Mixed opinions on that one. Oh boy. You know it's a fun stream when you're telling school fight stories. Snaga took turns trying to fight. Yeah, and they would always come in one by one. I don't know what the deal was. At least they were trying to be fair about it. I'm sure I could have gotten easily overwhelmed. But probably the reason that I was decent at fighting is because my brother always wanted to fight with me, and he was 2 years older than me, and we are large and naturally muscular people, and unfortunately he was even larger than I was, and I'd never won those fights, but I got a lot of practice. So, you know. And then when some little 150-pound kid hits you in the face after you've been fighting with your brother who's 2 years older than you, you don't even feel it. It doesn't even register. I could have been the Conor McGregor of my time. I could have been. I don't have the discipline for that. We all know that. I don't know. It's a weird story to tell. I'm sorry. I just got reminded of it, that's all. A blast from the past. Sometimes you just gotta blast it. That's part of growing up with brothers, that's true. It's kind of a, I don't know, I think it's just built into my family a little bit. Like, even with the cousins. I remember one time we were at an old country buffet. I don't know why. But we were there. And all of us boys went into the bathroom and we just had a brawl. Right there in the old country buffet. But we were all having fun. Does that make sense? Does it sound weird? I feel like it sounds weird. But we just all had a good time kicking the shit out of each other. I don't know, but we were there, yeah. You know, old country buffet. I feel like that's a weird restaurant to be at. I'm sure most places don't even have those. At least for me, we didn't really go there very often. It seemed like it had this weird atmosphere, like, yeah, we're a buffet, but we're like fancy. And I just have to posit this question. If you're a buffet, can you ever be fancy? Doesn't that make sense? Yeah, we had Ponderosa as well. We used to clean out the wings. And then they'd get mad, and they'd stop putting them out. Like, they'll fill it once when you're there, but if you clean them out again, they're gonna wait until you leave. and then they fill it again. They're like, nah, man, you had too much. It's too much, you gotta go. Oh, well. God, where are we? Where are we in this world? Somebody talk to me about Bloodline. Oh, I wonder if that person messaged me about doing the account. Nope. Nope, not at all. They did not. It's too bad. I was hoping to get a big old set of summons going. I don't need any of this. We've done it. We've completed it. Yeah, I'm not gonna forget my rewards. Oh yeah, baby! Give me it. Give me it, it's mine. We did okay. I think we got 5 90% off deals in this run. That's pretty legit. Still haven't re-downloaded that game yet? Well, you don't have to. They have become more greedy. But the game is fun, and the community is fun. That's mostly what I'm having fun with. Mostly not caring if they're... They've got their stuff, like, let's see if the value pack is still here. Oh, the Might ones are here. Like, this $5.99 thing here, you can buy one. You can buy one. Like, these packs, you used to be able to buy a lot more of them before you had to be done with the purchases. And it's much worse on the intimacy items. Like the $5.99 pack for the intimacy items, you can still only buy one. And you used to be able to spam those almost as much as you wanted. I think it was between 15 and 20, something like that, that you could buy before it ran out. Now they don't let you do that. And that significantly hampers your ability to do what you need to do. And I'm not happy about it. Not happy at all. In fact, I'm quite cross. But now that the Might Challenge is here, I can start absolutely pumping my Trevain companion. Not to get too sexy on you, but that's what's going to happen. Partially because I need the might, partially because I need the traits. You know, all the good stuff. All that good stuff. All you can eat meat buffets in Korea was really good. That sounds really good. I am a meat fan. OCB was awesome. What is OCB? What is that? Old Country Buffet. Okay, when you when you make an acronym out of that one, it's not gonna come straight to the top of my head. It's not gonna do it. Oh man. Took it as a challenge, the all you can eat. You know what's funny is when I was younger I could eat way more. But now, not so much. Not so much. Oh, we found a friend. Never mind. They ran away just like all my other ones. I can't believe they've done this. I suppose I should set up the expeditions while we're doing it. That's right, Might Challenge. Going huge. I wish I could just like... I suppose I could set up rosters. So I don't have to do this. But I don't really have like teams in mind. Not yet, but I will. And maybe I should go into more detail about what my plan is around having my second teams. Because obviously they're good for this. Like the higher you can get on this list, the more diamonds you're going to get every day. And daily diamonds add up fast. So let's have a quick look. Actually, let's do it in this screen. So obviously, female Lux has 9,000 here, and that's huge, right? That's huge, and it's strong. She's not the absolute worst against bosses, but she's not very good. But if I make a bunch of female Trevains, this takes a bit of a hit, right? But I'm also producing people who are going to gain me passive diamonds across every day. I think the male's actually a little higher. If I really wanted to, I could make all of the male ones as well. But I don't think that it's worth... If the Luxuriants weren't a 3-star companion, it might be worth taking them to Mythic and doing the thing. But you have to do the Trevain anyway just to get started and to get access to Agile and all this other stuff. So I may as well just be using this guy and not worry about getting the Luxuriants. It's still going to be pretty good. Now, in the same way, with my Doombringer being at 7k, and he's a 3-star champion anyway, I could just be doing Tide Storms and use the female in my districts, and then I get access to aggressive, and I also get access to a champion that's actually useful instead of Doombringers. I don't like Doombringers. I know there's a couple of people around that actually enjoy the Doombringers, but it ain't me, dog. It ain't me. I don't find them very useful at all. But I would find these guys to be quite useful. So, because of that, I think I'm going to get Tide Storms next. And then after I do that, then I'll get the Griffin because it's nice and cheap. And they can be best in slot for their district. And then, so I'll have most of my districts covered at that point. And then I'll have to decide if I want to actually go for Fulgurs or if I just want to get level 22 traits at that point. There has been some talk in my Discord. Sorry. I don't know. Maybe I'll never be well again. There has been some talk in my Discord about getting level 22 traits first. And I just think that that is so far wrong. If you look at the district charts, not really that huge of a difference. Yeah, I agree. If you get level 22 traits first, and you're skipping out on your districts, the entire time that you're getting those level 22 traits, you are missing out on gold that is accumulating and presumably getting stronger and stronger as time goes on. And what you're getting for the level 22 traits is like a 5% boost to what Brutal gives you or something. It's like super minor. It doesn't make a difference. It's not going to win you a game. But having your characters be able to be fully leveled because you actually have the gold in your reserves to do that, that's going to actually make a huge difference to your team. And it's not just the passive income that's coming in here, it's also going to affect all of these chests that you're using. And if you're coming up in the world, like I am, you're going to find yourself using these chests all the time. So the higher your districts are producing as you go on, the more you're getting from those. So I don't know. Sometimes people give weird advice, and I know that if you're in my Discord, you probably see me arguing with people now and then. I don't care how people play their account. I do find it weird when they're giving advice that seems just like provably incorrect. But they're giving that advice to people. I feel like I got to speak up and say something, or I'm doing a disservice. I hope that makes sense. Wow, we actually have enough quests in the server that I can't pick them all up. That's a first time for that. My boys are all growing up. They're all growing up. Oh, I can spam my exploration. The one that I have left. Anybody ready for a firestorm? What a cool guy. What a cool guy he is. What do I need? 10 battles, some Senate issues, do the thing with the companions. It's getting real expensive for me to level up equipment, actually. I can just level up one crappy level 1 piece and it's fine, but if I want to level up the stuff that I'm actually using, that's a different story. Maybe I should look at not having all of these errors in here so I can just spam out a bunch of dudes also. That would probably be boring to watch, so I'm not going to make you watch it, actually. Now that I think about it, I'm not going to do that to you. What I am going to do is I'm going to do my clan challenge, and I'm really hoping that I can win, because I'm not sure if I can. Snagga says he went level 22 traits on Trevain first on the main. Did have a mass influx of diamonds, and you were able to do districts at the same time. Well, yeah, I still disagree with that strategy, and I think that yeah, if you're spending, or if you're coming from an old server where you were spending, then sure, maybe you can get it within a couple of days or a week or whatever, and it doesn't matter. But if you're trying to play somewhat free to play, which is what the discussion was about, the time that it'll take you to get your districts in order after going for level 22 traits is just not worth it. Not in my opinion. Because the amount of gold that it costs you to save a couple of marriages of reapplying a couple of traits is just outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Beneath the dark canopy of the Wraithwood, a party of dark elves nimbly bounds from the trees. They're searching for someone, yet dare not call out for them. With all the heightened senses, they still fear what lurks in these undying woods. Oh boy. Now I gotta come up with a lady voice. Oh no. I haven't done a lady voice. And as you know, I'm little throaty here. Let's have a little drink of the water. There you go, little drink. We took a tiny one. Definitely time for Snagga to get moist. You got that right, buddy. You got that right. Stop! Don't you hear it? Panting in the distance. Something running. Fear. Yes, our quarry is close, but I'm afraid we will not be the first to find him. Why? Why do I put myself in the situation where I'm going to have to do that voice for an hour? Why? So dumb. Oh, boy. Alright. Well, give me a voice for this guy. Give me an idea. What do you want to hear? I'm almost afraid to ask. Oh. Kai. Hi, buddy. I don't know if I could do a Tyson voice. It just came out the one time. Alright. Did you feel it too? As if we've been watched? We have entered the territory of the undying. We regroup with the others. God. The elves do not make it far before they come upon a gruesome sight. Ranger Noladir, who had gone ahead, is pinned to a tree, his face gaunt, drained of blood, a slashing wound cut across his neck. By the other stars! No. Oh, it kills me. Noladir, may you rest in the embrace of the goddess. We must watch our every step. It may be too late. Look, the mists. Something is stirring within them. Good Lord. The Tyson voice is so embarrassing because I can't do it. Oh, man. I just can't. Look at her. She's beautiful. She may never see the light of day on my account, but she's beautiful. Oh, look at that. She actually rolled with great traits. If this had been like day one, that would be incredible. Ooh, that would have been super good. Sounding like the snake in Robin Hood. Yeah, it's got a little bit of that. Having found what they were searching for, the patrol rushes to their rendezvous point, but each step brings them deeper into the snare of their pursuers. The Rangers move headlong, piercing through the swirling mists before they can envelop them. They must leave the darkness of the forest if they have any hope to survive. As they go, their numbers dwindle. Where are we going? Where are you taking me? Quiet, kid. You've already gotten us into enough trouble. Keep watch. I almost made it. I almost made it. They're still out there. Somewhere in the mist. Oh my god, I love it. Oh yeah, I know. It's a little wacky. Irileth is gone. She was just behind us. What are these things? A scream pierces the night around them as the mists behind them turn blood red. By the stars! I tried to make Tyson excited and it just turned into the other voice. By the stars! They're right behind us! It's the list, man. I just can't. Be prepared. This strength is likely beyond us. Oh, I feel like such a fool. Lisping all over him. Oh, man. Where are you from? I'm from Lisbon. Apparently. Oh, here we go, having to fight her. This little harlot. The mists finally part and the accursed at last reveal themselves. Ekarith alone stands in their path. The mist before the ranger begin to move with seeming purpose as two shadows form within them, and shortly after the shapes of a man and a woman appear. Akarith cannot move, frozen in fear, as he gazes upon a living nightmare. Dang, Jordan! That's a lot of diamonds. Just so you know, they probably have a new returning player deal where you get an amount of diamonds based on the amount that you have spent on your original account. Well, I would love to do a review. People keep asking for them, but I'm just not... I don't know everything about the game right now, and so I don't want to give people bad advice and bad reviews. I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about before I start doing them again, so it'll probably be a couple weeks. But then I will. But yeah, if you do the returning player thing, you could even play on our server if you wanted to, and get the value of a lot of the stuff that you have paid for before. And the reason I say that is because as a returning player, your server that you're on is going to be much higher level. And so competing with anything there is going to be very difficult. There are cross-server guilds now, but they don't go... You can't be like an old X account and be cross-guilded with somebody as new as us. It doesn't let you do it. And for good reason, obviously. Otherwise that would make it wacky. No, we cannot... Why is he Christopher Walken now? What does Tyson sound like? No, it cannot be. What are you? Something like that. He's just got a fat tongue. That's all it is. That's all you got to do. You got to make your tongue fat.
You know exactly what we are, but your fear forbids you to say it. Speak our name. Perhaps it might give you the courage for a proper fight.
Accursed thy name. The one who brought doom upon our land. Oh, I just can't. Gotta get punched in the mouth more, I know. That's the only way.
So right you are, Ranger. The doom of your land, the birth of ours. A kingdom of the night.
Akarith steels his nerves and fires an arrow towards the descending shadows. Yet they seem to blink out of the path of each shot, forming and reforming in an instant from within the crimson fog.
So then, the prey still has some fight to give the hunter.
What is this? What powers do you have? Why won't you die? Death cannot claim the undying. Not so long as we yet feast upon the blood of your kinsman. And now, you. Oh, you gotta get the Valley Girl in there. You have to. Yugiro Hamna? I don't know what that is, but I'm taking it as a compliment. I always thought it would be fun to be a voice actor. I just never practiced. That was my major downfall with like all of my things that I want to do in life. I just never practiced. So, oops. Hours prior, the Strixbane reached the edge of Immortalin, seeking entrance to continue their chase, but the Rangers guard the Wraithwoods closely. Dietrich. Which one is Dietrich? Alright, Dietrich sounds like me. That's what's happening. It's been weeks since we left the city. Regret burns in my heart. We left too easily. But there's something to this chase. This is a missing cog in a machine. We felt compelled to the hunt. Even now, as it leads us out into the darkest realms. Oh yeah, this guy. Is it worth it, Kira? Do you think it will be? This chase? I don't know anymore. But the boy has led us here. The furthest we've ever been from the city. And the deadliest place we've ever entered. Yeah, now with the camera, you can tell it's really me doing it. Is it worse now? Do you hate this? Is this worse now? Probably is. Probably is. Please and thanks. That's Baki's dad from Baki the Grappler. I have not seen that. Immortalin, the Wraithwood. What lies in wait for us there?
You should be more concerned with what lies ahead of you now, Outlander!
It's hard to flip the switch on the voices. Not gonna lie to you. It's a bit of a challenge. Or a challenge, if you want to say things wrong. That's always an option. I just want to make sure you know that you can do that if you want to. I'll allow it. The hunt for the boy begins, and the Strixbane take their first steps into the Undying Forest and confront the dangers within. The Elven Rangers of Immortalin, rarely spoken of, perhaps because they are tarred with the same brush as their criminal cousins, but what little I've heard tells of dedicated and peerless warriors. I hope their skills will not be needed. You're about to be one of the few Outlanders to ever see a fortress of the Dark Elves. You should be honored. Oh man, it's so good when it goes right. A fortress? Where? I see nothing but a stone cliff. Within that stone cliff, my lady, wait a dozen trained archers. That is the greatest of our fortresses. Black Hollow. But we cannot dwell long here. If your quarry has run into the woods, his life is in mortal danger. Oh, the old punch-out, am I right? As if it had been hidden behind a mirage, the carved parapets and thin arrow slits appear from within the natural face of the rock, enough to hold back an army. But what beasts lurk within these woods that they must hide even their fortresses? Alright, she was like the snaky one, right? Akerith, one of our patrols has just returned. They say they might have seen the boy. Nulladir and Marileth will lead us to where they saw him. I love how this storyline is like not in the right order, and it's really annoying, but it is what it is. I don't know if they were trying to go for a flashback, but if they were, they did not a great job, in my opinion. That's just one man's opinion. Then we will leave at once. Stay close to us, hunters. The Wraithwood is the home to all manner of malevolent and ill-grown beasts. Good lord. I need to just listen to the man speak. Why have I been doing this with that guy in there the whole time? Has anybody said anything about it? Probably. Indie dev. Things happen, right? Things happen. These are gonna start getting hard. I'm already feeling the hardness. Snagga, can you feel how hard it is? Sorry, man. I had to. I had to do it. Oh, bestial. Oh, yeah, now we're really in the money. In the money here on this one. Returning to the present, Ranger Wynell and the boy make for the safety of Black Hollow, the dark elven fortress, but the accursed are fast behind them. Snagga, I always like to dirty you up right after your showers. That's how we do it. Don't do that live, bro. That's fair. Ranger Wynell and the boy peel through the night. The border and the sanctuary of their ancestral fortress lay just beyond sight, but as she approaches, the boy stops and begins to pull her back towards the forest. Child, why do you fight? I'm trying to save you. Death awaits if you return to the woods.
Is this what we've been hunting? A child?
So much more than that, my dear. Seize the boy and slay the elf. Do as you are bidden. Fuck it, we'll do it live! Fucking thing! That clip is the best. If you don't know what that clip is, you are missing out in your life, because that is so funny. So funny. Some pity wells in Viserion for the scared child. He hesitates, and before he can reach to grab him, a dagger pierces his side, striking true on the accursed. Fiend! Deathless creature! I'll not let you hurt this child! As Dietrich goes to slash with his sword, the creature he struck evaporates into a fine red mist, and shortly appears behind him.
Ah! It's been too long since I've felt the touch of pain. Exquisite. This should be a good fight.
I like doing the bad guy voice. Can you tell? I'm really giving it the nuts on that one. You unlocked the summon thing. If you get a mythic, you kill. Bruh! Brendan! You're not allowed to do that. I will be mad at you if you do that. So don't. Does this look like a mug that you want to be upset with you, huh? Huh? You want this? Coming at you? In your dreams? Is that what you want? Urgh, you know? Don't do it. Stay with us forever. I practically demand it. Got 4 orange ones? Hey, that can be a good start. Nothing wrong with that at all. As they go to run, Wynell pulls on the boy's sleeve, but he does not move. He stands solid, looking into the mists and the ever-nearing shadows of the accursed. How am I liking the 2 Icebirds clan? Well, I think they're awesome, absolutely incredible, and also the female needs more healing support than I have on my team right now. If I had a female Galabar or male Water and Stone or something, she would be absolutely dominating every round, but she's not currently doing that because she doesn't have the support she needs. So, wishing I could replace my male Samir probably. Actually, I wish I could replace my female Ugrel and keep the male Samir, but that is not an option. Yes, and if you leave,
I will find you.
Alright, she's the snaky one. What curse is put upon this boy that he's drawn to danger like a dragon moth to a flame? Obviously, he comes because he's beckoned. I call to him, and he enters. It's like, so simple. A spell? But what sort of witchcraft have you ensorcelled this child? Are you what led him to this place? Clever, I guess, like, for a mortal or whatever. Have you finally put this together? Like, the child is under my spell, and has been since I stole him from this place. An experiment in living flesh, like, you know, a hybrid of man and wolf or whatever. It's gonna be pretty cool. You got the lion guy? Heck yeah. Heck yeah, dude. The boy is a lichen? You neglected to mention that when you led us in this ill-fated hunt. She's a little Mad Hatter, isn't she? A little bit of that. Oh, how did I do the kid's voice? Like a little gutter snipe, I think. How would he speak? Miranda, welcome back. You're missing the whole dramatic reading. Sorry, but welcome back. Oh, something is happening. My skin, it burns. My blood boils. Awaken then. God. Rise with the night, child, or whatever. Take and eat the flesh that you hunger for, since it's so important to you. She'll rewatch it. She'll get it. We've been having a good time with it. We're bringing back all the classics, since I only know how to do 4 voices. That's pretty much what you get. What you see is what you get. It would be fun if I could just like animate them and just have them be the voices, but they're doing characters and walking around and stuff, that would be fun. Home Alone boy, Macaulay Culkin. The ranger and the assassin hurry to find the trail of the accursed and the kidnapped boy, but a gruesome discovery slows their pursuit. We cannot let up on the pursuit. We must find them before they can complete whatever hideous designs they have for that boy. Wynell rushes ahead of the Strixbane siblings, forcing them to clamber as fast as they can through the gnarled and knotted woods until they found she had stopped, head in hands in the clearing. The body of Ekarith lay before her, drained of blood. Miranda says, please remember to like the stream if you haven't, and I appreciate that. Ranger Wynell, Say nothing, Outlander! Say nothing at all! It is a fate that brought you here, fate that took him, and it is to our fate we go. I'll take my Oscar now. You can put it right in this hand, right here. The little gold man. That's the Oscar, right? Is that what that one is? You have so much shit. Well, might I recommend prunes and fiber. High fiber will do. That'll clean you. That'll flush you right out. You eat yourself some of that Total, your Life brand cereal, and it's just gonna be boom, right out there. You know? Have I taken this joke too far? I bet you I have. Not just ours, Ranger. The fate of Orin, and perhaps all of the world, lies now in your hands. So if you're not taking jokes too far, then you haven't gotten everything out of them that you could. So sometimes you got to give it the old Saturday Night Live treatment and and go deep. You just got to go real deep. Returning to the game shenanigans? Yeah, you're probably loaded with red dots right now. Oh, we got him. We're kind of making it farther than I expected, and now I'm feeling like we might be able to do the thing. Have you had your Metamucil today? Oh, man, I hope that never becomes my life, where I gotta force the poop out. I don't know, man. Just put a spoon on a power drill and let her rip. Make the worst dubstep song you ever heard. Right there in the bathroom. Again, I've taken it too far, and I really apologize. I just get a little wacky when I'm doing dramatic readings. That's it. That's my excuse for today, and that's what we're going to stick with. One of the classes you're taking for college is voice acting. Well, then you're going to know how bad I'm doing. That sucks. Deep within the heart of Immortalin lies the ancient fortress of the Daevalla. As the night begins to fade, a shadow lingers at the entrance to its gates. Don't threaten me with a good time, says Snagga. This is the Citadel of Shadows. No living thing has laid eyes on it in many years. We've dared not tread too close. Sound like you have an intern on deck? No. We aren't alone. Stand and fight, demon.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
You can still clear most events. Maybe. I'll let you know. I kind of like just doing them on stream. When I made the videos for dramatic readings, people hated it. Hated it. So much. They were like, literally never do this again. Why did you think anybody would like this? They hated it. It was a real bad reception. So I don't know if I want to do video for them. They're not cool like us. They went a little over to the top with the jiggles, you know it. It's a trap! Where's your other half, cursed one?
She works her magic within the keep behind me. But this is all you will know before you meet your end. I do not stand here to trap you. I stand here to face you. Now give me a worthy fight or die quickly.
If a clan you see, yeah. Yeah, there's probably a lot of them I haven't done. You know, most of them. Unfortunately. You will not live to regret your challenge, cocksucker! I had to switch it. I didn't want to. I tried to stop myself, and then I couldn't. And now we're here. Snagga, I can't believe you've done this, but have a wonderful day at work. You deserve it. You are probably the best Australian. In my world, in my point of view. You're the best Australian. Well, that went well. Wish I had been looking at the screen. Alright, who's my problem here? Probably this side is really annoying. Probably we don't need to be attacking that side really at all. So we just give it that little flippy floppy and then we win, right? That's all it takes. Easy claps. Easy W's. Get your big ulti, buddy. Get your big ulti. Yep, freeze them all. Freeze them all. Okay, that was not even close. Not even at all. I think we can squeeze out a couple more levels from these dudes. We can do at least that much. I'm pretty sure that my districts are about as good as they can be. Maybe. Can I get another? No. No, I can't. And I have like a little bit of money that I can invest. This is fine. Snagga, thank you, buddy, for the donation. Love you, bye. Feel free to put me on at work if I'm not too distracting. Although I'm not sure exactly how long I'll still be going. It'll be for a bit. We've got to try to win this challenge. And I was really hoping to get somebody's summons going. Somebody, anybody. We'll just pump it. We'll just pump it and dump it. That sounds like not treating a lover well. But that's not what I was going for. That's just how it happened to sound at the time. Alright, we're going hard. We're just doing it. We're just doing it. We don't worry about it. Because we're on the stream. Oh, look! My computer is telling me there's a severe weather alert. I mean, you can't see it because I'm not showing that part of my computer, but... if the stream gets choppy or dies, it's probably because I'm in an extreme snowstorm right now. I'm sure I'll be fine. Nothing to worry about. I should actually ascend to this guy one more time and then we're golden. Look at that happy panda! What a guy. What a guy. Maybe she likes bees. Yeah, get out of here. I'm not responding to you anymore, Snagga. I will not be responsible for you being late. Am I using these for anything, or are they just there? I think they might just be there. Pretty sure I locked my district champs. It's fine. There we go, we did it. I do have to level up a little bit of gear as well, so we may as well get a couple of those. But we're going to put all of our gold into this guy, because he is the one. He is the one. Now, what's unfortunate here, I have some upgrades. These are the clan purples, but now I'm getting yellow items. It's not going to put them in because these are leveled up. But I don't want to blow up the ones that are clan items, so I'm not going to do that yet. What about you? What are you rocking, homie? He's got just a regular level 10 stick. Okay. Can we swap that for an orange? No, she's already using that orange. It's a lie. They must have, I must have better stones that I can put in. That must be the thing. We'll make his boots better. By one level. Just to even it up, you know? Remove the clips? What clips? What have you done? Brent, what have I missed? Oh, no, yeah, you can clip that. I don't care. If people can't understand that there was context that they might have been missing, then that's their problem, not mine. We want this for the extra strength team-wide. Dude, okay, so, everybody. Friends. This ability that I'm about to show you is why male ASN is still good, and remains good, and will always be good, even with newer, stronger champions, okay? This right here, this extra team buff, that is like 30% when he's max level, makes everybody on your team significantly stronger, and we're in a meta now where sustain is super good, and he has devout, naturally, so he's going to be making your healing even better still. This is what you want. Even if you don't feel like his ult is pumping, and you don't feel like his shield is helping, that doesn't matter. First of all, his ult still will, if you put vigor in him, his ult will still be pumping, and it always will. But it's not just about that. It's about buffing your whole team and creating synergy, and I don't know why people aren't using this guy anymore. What happened? Somebody tell me where along the road they thought that this wasn't good anymore. It's driving me crazy. Should you change your Lionstone for the ASN? If you have enough frontliners already and you don't need her for standing in front taking damage, then yeah, he's considerably better. Considerably better. Because partially she's not very good and he's really good. That's partially why I would say that. I think I'm actually going to pump him up. His real problem right now is that he's only purple and he doesn't have good traits. Like, he's defensive, and that's fine, but these are low-level garbage traits, and I will be putting good traits on him. I just don't want to... You guys don't want to watch that, right? You don't want to watch me sit there and fuck my companion for 3 hours and then raise a bunch of babies and marry traits. That sounds boring, doesn't it? Am I crazy for thinking that that sounds boring? I feel like maybe if I already had the pre-made characters and then we went and did a bunch of marriages on stream and just went through the process a bunch of times, that might be valuable for some people. But actually producing the heirs is not something anybody wants to see. First one's free though. There you go. If you needed it, that's what it was. Between the male and female blood guys, which one is better? The Daevallas, you mean? The female is still better. Still better, because the male got absolutely cucked on his stats. It was unfortunate, but it was true. He would have been way more interesting to play than she is. But she's still really good. That is very true. Oh, hey, look, I need to raise a hair. Let me raise my hair. There it is. We did it. We've only gone and done it. Now, let us finish Dispatch. I have a feeling that this is going to be a somewhat different story here. They are doing a lot of damage to my frontliners, like kind of too much damage. But it's fine. This is fine. He got the ult. He did it. Here's this ult. Now the CC is going to come in and save the day. Get him. Bop him. Twist it. Spin it. Bop it. I knew it. That's all we needed to do. That's all we needed to do. Look at him. He's a beautiful bastard. I can't wait to get real traits on that guy. Can't wait to do it. At the breaking of the dawn, the party at last reaches the throne room of the Citadel of Shadows and face to face with the Queen of Vampires. Please, don't do this to me. I don't want to be like you. Deep within the Citadel, Ilara begins her fiendish ritual. The room is decorated with the blood, not just of her prey, but of the hunts of many centuries. She begins drawing out pure energy from the boy. Like, dear child, or whatever. I don't want you to be like me. I want to be just like you. All the strength of the day-walking lichen, the rage of an orc. She's getting a little not. She's too excited, okay? Valley Girl's not excited. Stop it, self. Sorry, I had to bring myself down. And my cunning, like, oh, it's a whole new bloodline. It's just terrible and it's beautiful, like, as the daylight itself, I guess, if you wanted to be, like, weird and cutesy about it, which I don't, because I'm, like, super dark and emotional inside, so, like, why would I care about your sunsets and stuff? It's so stupid. I just don't like kids, that's why. I don't know. I don't know. Gotta add some context in there for myself. You will not live to see the dawn that is broken before you, Ilara. Still waiting for the strong day-walking lichen to enter your life? That's fair. Very furry of you, but to each their own. No, my dear, like, with this, I am the dawn. Ilara is driven into a frenzy. Despite every wound, she keeps returning, more ferocious each time. There's no chance left to escape her grasp. She rises into the air, ready for her final attack, when a blade comes to meet hers. A knight in crimson armor holds back her deadly blow. What's the meaning of this treachery? Viserion! Do you forget your vows? Like, your oaths? They're to me? Remember?
I forget nothing. I simply didn't find it sporting.
We only got the dex lichens and the stamina lichens, not the strong day-walking ones. She thirsty! Welcome back, Kimberly. How am ya? Oh boy, they strong. This is gonna be a real maybe. No, it ain't happening. Why? Why do they have to be that strong? What can I even possibly do? Who could it be now? I guess I got more of these. We'll just keep spending. That's how you do it. You just keep spending. That's how you win this game. I solved it. We're there. Dang it. I was sure that wouldn't be available. Not that it mattered. Not that it mattered one iota. Alright, who can we level up? Can I sneak in a level or two on her? Sure. Get it, girl. That's not going to help at all. I just can't level up the people that I need to level up. I just can't do it, and I don't have the gold. Hence why districts are so important. That's why we keep saying it. We're going to try attacking from multiple angles. You're doing what now? Some gems in the Discord. Oh boy. Oh lord. Alright, who am I trying to kill here? Well, certainly I need to be on the other side of this. And also having the Samir push back the dumb bitch who shall not be named would help us a little bit. This might make a difference. If they were getting stunned by the Samir, that would be ideal. Push them! The Samir just sat there and didn't do any of his shit. What is he doing? What happened? I don't know if anybody was watching that, but the Samir did his ult, stunned nobody, even though he hit him, and then he never did his spinning push. Why has he forsaken me? Is there no stun effect on that anymore? Was there never? Is this a Mandela effect? Am I crazy? What? Alright, let's go read that. Let's just go ahead and read that. Snarls at the enemy champion with the highest strength, dealing damage equal to a thing, and then inflicting stun for 3 seconds. All enemies between the champion and target will also be knocked back and take damage. Okay, so he's only supposed to stun one person, which is fine, but he stunned no people, which is not fine. And he didn't even bother spinning, ever, which is also not fine. Like, literally making the difference between me being able to have a chance and not have a chance here. I guess we will try again. And I want this off so I can see this stun. He stunned the Lux. Super. Why would they do that? I am just not happy about it. Alright, then in that case we'll just try to kill the stupid Lux. And we'll do one of these. I don't know. I want to win. Hey, he did his spin at least. Not the most helpful ever, because he pushed back a guy who doesn't care. You stupid son of a beaver. I don't think that's happening. I don't think that's happening. Is there any other option that might save the day? What if we just give up on her getting healed and just don't care? Is that better or is that worse? Why are you sending your line attack into the middle of nowhere, you frickin' dingus? He's a dingus. He's a dumb dingus. A real dumb dingus. Alright, last try. Last try ever. Why not? Do the ult. Freeze them all. Good line attack placement, please. Or he's just never going to do it. Alright, I hate it. I'm over it. We don't get to win that. I didn't expect to win it, but now we definitely can't win it. It's sad. Magic De Bruyne. Is it De Bruyne? Am I saying that right? I appreciate you hanging out and watching. I hope I'm entertaining you to some degree. That is, of course, the goal. The goal here today is making sure you have a good time. Now I'm going to check Discord again and see. Nope, the person still hasn't answered me about doing summons for him. Unfortunate. That is always one of the more exciting parts. And I clearly cannot be doing it myself because I only have 13 stones. And I don't intend to waste them here. I will try to get a couple of these, see how close we can get to our tide storms. What you got? Show me the goods. I got a ×5 on this one, which is not the most efficient, but getting extra Griffin copies is really strong right now. I'm getting close to that companion, actually. I could just get it first, and then sort of be doing better, faster in districts. Do I want to do that? I don't know. Why do I only get 5 times for the people I already have and the stupid Huntsdorf? Why are you doing this to me, game? I think the game is not a fan of me in particular. That's what we're learning. Okay, that's alright. Alright, show me the goods. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually, because I need this. If I decide to go Doombringer, even though I'm not doing it first, I might eventually. It could happen. Banzan Saber over here, he says I can do his summons. Do you have a lot of stones? Are you a stony guy? That's a weird way to say that, probably. Yeah, I still want this one. I thought about going for Griffin, and I could probably get him right now. And it's probably not a bad idea to do that, because then I get more free chances to get traits, which is always good. Always a good decision. Alright, and then we got 38, and we need 48, right? So I just have the thing. I've done it. I believe. I hope she's not 60. Oh yeah, girl! Let's go, baby! This is when we crab brave in Twitch. We have sound alerts, and then you can activate it, and it'll do it, and it goes bum 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 bum. It is very good. Very good. Hold on, I might be able to show you. I might be able to show you. Will you bear with me for a moment while I do that? Because it's really fun. This is going to be fine. Everyone will enjoy it. Alright, where the hell? I can't believe they're making me log in. There it is! Yeah! Isn't that fun? Aren't you mad at YouTube that you can't do it on there? Thank you, Kimberly. You really did it. You really did the thing for all of us. So we could celebrate. I love it. The latest champ, Male Akuna's damage is insane. That is correct. And the reason that his damage is insane... let me look at the guy here. The reason that his damage is insane is largely due to the fact that this ult has a high percentage. Like, just naturally a high percentage. But also it just hits everyone on the field. It just hits all the people. Now, this attack has a somewhat low sounding percentage, but when you add it all together, it's actually a pretty high percentage as well. And usually you can get 2 or 3 people in the zone. And with their powers combined, this guy gets absolutely crazy. Classic. Classic, Kimberly. See? Don't you all wish we were on Twitch? But I can't, because not enough people will go over to Twitch. What I could do is I could multi-stream, which is kind of frowned upon by both entities. But if I did that, then the people who were on Twitch could still use the things. You have 130 stones. You should probably save, my dude. If I were you, I'd be saving. The new clans are extremely strong, and if you can save enough to get one of the new clans eventually, that'll be way better than just doing some YOLO summons here. Brent, why do you hate Twitch? What has Twitch done? They just cleared multi-streaming? Well, that could be a game changer. Do you just dislike the kinds of people that you associate with Twitch? Is that what you don't like? Or is there something about the service itself that really has you upset? My other streamer? There's another streamer? Holy shit, bro. She come in here with a spear and she just poking me in the heart. I'm just kidding. The more things that you have that make you happy, the happier I am for you. So, I was just kidding. That's all it ever was. The interface for mobile you don't like? That is fair. That is fair. I cannot argue with that at all. Some people have said that they just don't like the kinds of people that are on Twitch. And I find that to be a weird reason when I'm assuming that the people who are watching like me to some degree. Maybe not, I might not be the best, coolest guy ever, but to some degree. And I would hope that you would, if you didn't mind Twitch's interface, would watch, but nobody has to do anything they don't want to do. It's not a prison. But I do personally prefer Twitch. And if multi-streaming is okay again, then I might just be doing that. Hey, you know what I haven't been doing at all? Adjusting my expeditions. Haven't been doing it even a smidgen. And I need so many books. That's mostly why I'm trying to keep up on this, even though I still... Now people, even though I want the books, and even though the books would cost more to buy than the amount of diamonds that I'm getting, some people see that as a lower value. But here's the thing, I'm not gonna buy books. Oh, you guys are getting all the good ones now. That one, the FBI open up, that one makes me doo-doo in my pants when I'm playing an intense game. When I was streaming on Twitch playing a bunch of random games, the chat always made me play on the hardest difficulty, which I did, and still beat the games, and I'm a little proud of that. But I was sweating to be able to win, and then they would play that, and then I would die, and I can't believe they've done this. Alright, now we just got a party time excellent, and do another equipment, and we're G to G. I specifically was waiting to do this because I was hoping to get that companion, and then I'd get more stuff. Of course, I probably should level up all our other stuff, so I would get even bigger bonuses, but it's so tedious that I feel like doing it on stream is a little whack. A little whack, fam. And all the other cool words. Alright, who's got a... She's probably got a piece. That's one of the best ones right there. Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust. Are the sound alerts actually coming through and playing? I hope they are. They're playing for me. They are certainly playing for me. Oh, I never enhanced her orange weapon. What a mistake. There will be a highly leveled one there. Boom. Yes, I have what it takes. Thanks very much. You ever get sick of the voice lines and start talking shit back to them? Because I do. I do that. I'm that guy. Miranda has heard one of them. You heard the crab rave, right? Surely. Surely you have. There's a sound alert that Castle uses every time he comes into the chat. It just goes, hello, motherfucker. It's pretty fun. Wow, I'm already rank 14 on here and I've done nothing. Probably because the challenge just started. But we're doing it. We're juicing it up. See, the strategy here is that I saved the event where I'm getting all these free champions and stuff. FBI, open up! Now Burnham's over there. Now they're all messing with me, guys. I can't believe you've done this. Yeah. So I got a bunch of might for free. Oh my god. And then they made me make an emote where they can spam you died if I die. Guys, they're making me play on the hardest difficulty that exists, and then they're making fun of me when I die. And for reasons such as that, I don't think I'll ever be the same. I'm pretty sure I'll just never be the same, you know? I'm pretty much emotionally damaged at this point. I'm damaged goods. I'll just have to try to find somebody to love me, but I don't know, man. It's fine. Man, I miss the streaming days of streaming every single day. It was fun. That's Twitch? Yeah, that is Twitch. That's Twitch people for you. Making fun of me, abusing me, hurting my feelings. But we had a great time. For the channel members, we have a little panda icon. How do you get there to be an icon? I don't know that answer. Oh, you have an icon now. You did it. You found the thing. Bands and Saber applied to the guild. Well, none of the old guilds are under my control any longer. I was replaced. I don't blame them for it. I know that Rage Kingdom 2 still exists. Snaga made a Rage Kingdom 1 on a somewhat higher server that you might be able to join. But the new Rage Kingdom does not require applications, and it's only for newer players. Or newer accounts, I should say. So if you did do the returning player program to get your bunch of free diamonds, and you were on a newer account, then you could do that. Snaga is the one you got sent to? Well, if that, he'll have to take care of that one, because I am not associated with that guild directly right now. Unfortunately. Alright, I'm skipping that. I don't want to watch that again. Call me a jerk if you must, but I didn't want to watch it again. All of those are already reached, and I think a lot of these ones are out of my reach. Yeah, I got a double all the way to 100 million. What am I at? What's my total? Kinda close. Actually, I'll probably make that. I'll probably get that. Do my little ocean offering. I gotta clear out all of this bull hockey. Ooh, a free stone. You gotta love it. You absolutely gotta love it. You know what I want to look at? I want to look at the subscriptions. That's what I want to look at. Oh, look. You can buy companion parts for her. Just $1 for one shard. Here's $2 for another shard, but you get a little bit of gold that nobody cares about. What does this box contain? Wow. They're making you gamble on it? They're making you gamble? For $3? Well, I don't think I need to even comment about that. I think you can tell how dumb that is. This one I will be purchasing. You know, I'm going to clear chapter 12 here. I just need to do it. I don't know why I haven't. Will I do the privilege card? I think I kind of would not mind doing that. It probably is a thing that I will... If I've been playing for like a month and it's still going good and I'm still loving it, I probably will get this. But this is the real subscription I wanted to see. Bro, how are they going to make it $50 for 6 months? You get a 30% increase to your collections? I think that's going to confuse people. Don't you think that's going to confuse people? Aren't they going to assume that that means taxes? But it means collections, right? Because it says collections. So, but why does the top one say district taxes? But the bottom one says collection yield. Are those actually different? Or do they just not know how to do the thing? They don't know how to type? It wouldn't be the first time they don't know how to type, that's for sure. But if you want to have all of their subscriptions, it's... This one's $50 for a year, and then this one's $50 for 6 months. So to subscribe to the game for the entire year, it's $150? That's a little wild. Jordan says districts in-game, collection in-game. Yeah, well these say different things, right? District taxes, collection yield. So if that's actually different, then that makes a big difference. And they need to, like... people will want to know that. A lot of people probably... If this does do what it says, instead of them just having made a mistake, which realistically, it's a coin flip whether they did this on purpose or if it just was incompetence. But if people buy this, they're not doing the math. They're not going to know that they didn't get the 30% they thought they were getting. And then instead they're going to get 30% increased collections, which maybe it means both. Maybe you're going to get both, and that would be fine. But you need to clear that up. Goat Games. You need to clear it up. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is just real gross to me. Just like kind of gross. Doing daily top-up stuff, like expecting people to keep spending every single day, that's gross to me. Can I rotate these? What do these do? Oh, you can go for different ones? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of gross to me. I won't be participating in that. What is this? What do we get here? And it's also weird, like, getting the total top-up and total spend. It's whatever. It's fine. A little extra bonus for the amount that you're getting, especially this one that's just for diamonds. Like, you're going to spend diamonds anyway. This is good. Total top-up, I think, is actually fine. I think it's really kind of dumb that it goes up. The fact that they would even consider that somebody might be willing to spend $1,500 to the point where they make it a goal in the game is just an indication of how predatory their monetization system is. You should look at this and you should say, wow, they think that's realistic, that many people are going to spend $1,500 to play their game. That shows you where their mind is at. That shows you how much they care. So yeah, a lot of this stuff I would just never buy ever, because I don't think they deserve it. I think they're bad people who don't deserve it. That's why I wouldn't buy it. This makes me angry to look at, actually. I probably shouldn't have even looked at it. The diamond top-off doesn't exist on your server anymore. I think it's like a one-time thing. So I'll end up completing it and then it'll be over for me too. It seems like that's the way that's going to work. So then we come down to our events, right? And we got our ocean offering. Great. That's like the free battle pass sort of situation. But then they're like, oh, here's a $5 one. You want to buy a $5 one? That's cool. Oh, hey, here's a $30 one. Do you want to spend $30? And for what? Rings and bouquets? Like, yeah, you need this stuff. This stuff is all stuff that you need. But I don't understand the mindset of somebody who's spending $30 on this pack. I don't get it. I don't get it. And again, I'm not a millionaire. Okay? I'm not a doctor. I'm not bringing in six-figure income into my house. So maybe to me this is just a bit of a stretch, and for other people it's fine. But this is ridiculous. Jordan, they have rewards for people. When I was talking to all of the big spenders before I quit playing the game, they have a secret reward system called the VIP system. And their secret reward system happens when you start spending thousands and thousands of dollars. And Neo Geo, who at that time had spent over $25,000, was not at the top of that list. He had not reached the end goal as a top VIP. Does that blow your mind? Does that give you some insight into how predatory they are being? So that's why I say the game is worth the $20 for the challenge fund. And maybe your time is worth getting the daily claim and perhaps even the other subscription, which I don't think is worth it. Even though I'm going to be playing this game like a job, I don't think I'll be able to justify doing that. I don't think I'll be able to. But yeah, they literally will give you direct contact information of somebody if you're a VIP that you get to talk to, and you get to put in all of your concerns, and they will address those first in the game before anything else that happens in the game. Why? Because you're spending thousands of dollars a month. That's why. Yeah, some dude really spent $25,000, and there's more than one. There's more than one person who has done that. Those people, look, they're cool guys. Neo Geo is an awesome dude. He was a very humble dude. He was very good at the game. He had a lot of money to blow in the game, and he did. Unfortunately, people like that and the people who are buying this dog shit for $30 are the reason that this is the way that it is. If people refuse to do that, if people, they had like the Daevalla came out and you could buy the companion or you could buy a mythic of her or something, and it was like a $50 pack that came with almost nothing else. People were buying that shit. And because they were buying that shit, then Goat Games pushes it a little further. And then the next thing comes out, it's even worse. And people buy that shit. And then they push it a little further. And now a year down the road, I've been gone for 10 months, 11 months, something like that. We get this crazy garbage that's going on where this is a non-event. It's nothing. There's nothing here. There's no substance. It adds nothing to the game. It's just a bunch of different ways that you can spend. And they even have a $50 one at the top. And what do they put inside of that? They put companion parts for one of the companions for a character that everybody says is wildly overpowered. They're farming you for gold. It's just real life gold. So that's why it makes me upset. It makes me upset because they are being abusive. And it makes me upset because the consumers are the ones allowing themselves to be abused. You know, you don't want to say that it's your fault because you're falling for it, but it's your fault because you're falling for it. So stop it, because you're ruining it for everybody. And of course, it's probably not going to stop because there's thousands of people across the world, probably millions of people across the world that are perfectly willing to spend on all of this stuff. But just stop it, please. Now, I haven't actually looked at this event. Like I said, I don't even know what this is. What does this mean? What do I got to click so I can spend money on it? I get this from purchasing packs. I need this, but I only vaguely get it from buying stuff. Just vaguely buy things. It'll be fine. What am I going to get for vaguely buying things? I don't know. Yeah, you could plant some seeds, I guess. Oh, did you know that random fruit equals a bouquet and all this stuff? Does that mean that each one of these I complete, I get this? Okay, how many times do I got to water it? I got to get 3 seeds per thing, and then I got to water them, and then I get this minor increase, this minor bonus. But so what's the point? Isn't that terrible? Isn't that just like, please go spend more? Here's nothing. Here's a weird screen to look at that's different in the game. You haven't seen this screen before. Spend money. Hey, can you spend money now? I notice your wallet is closed. Can you open that right now? Just saying. Just saying. Oh, hey, there's a bundle over here. Oh, look at this. There's a whole bunch of stuff I could buy. I could do it. Let's see if any of these have actual value. 30 rings for $5. Some people will think that that's valuable. I think it's not the worst. It's not the worst deal ever. I'm not gonna ever buy that, but I can see why people with more money than me would buy that. I'm not gonna rage too hard about that. $30 for gambling on hopefully I get some stuff I want. Wait a minute. Wait, did this just change when I clicked on it? Wasn't there like 18 random 2-star things? But then I clicked to look at it and it's gone? Am I wrong? I guess you can't see this corner because my stupid dumb face is in the way. Hold on. Somebody go look at this in your game. What happened? It was the 3-star marksman token pack. Right? It's called the 3-star marksman token pack. But they went away. What happened? Does this happen to people when they buy stuff and then it changes? Wouldn't be the first time. Is YouTube asking me if I'm still listening? Oh no. Yes, I'm still listening. Don't take away my music. Oh no. I ain't listening to your ads. You could forget about that. I'm not putting my people through this. Oh, and then it switched. Oh my god. Alright, we're going without music. We're going without music. That's the end of the story. It tried to switch to copywritten music, and I can't do that. I can't have it. Miranda says, so in my server, so many people buy a pack, it'll sell out and then disappear from the store. That's weird. That is weird, for sure. Water once to get shit stuff, water twice for better stuff. Yeah, I don't know. That stuff's just dumb. Am I able to see the power levels of top arena tournaments? Gorilla and Kitty and many others are well over 850 million power with 3 teams. Gorilla's been playing and spending a long time. I have spoken to him in the past and actually recently as well. I think he was one of the people that was starting a YouTube channel with Romules. And I don't know if they kept going or not. I haven't kept up on it, but I should probably check. They spend hard, and they've surrounded them with other people that spend hard, but that's how they are having fun. All right. A whole bunch of gold for 30 bucks. Like, this is just... I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not going to sit here and rage about it, but somebody will have to explain to me how that's worth $30. If you play the game wrong and spend this $30, you'll have less gold than if you just played the game right and waited a week. So, for me, I don't get it. I know, I'm the jerk. I agree with you on that. I'm the only one who thinks this way. I'm the only one who's mad about it. And that's fine. Donation leaderboard. What do they mean by donation? I don't get it. See, this is what I'm talking about. They got all of these things that are on my screen all the time. And some of them are like a regular battle pass type of situation. And some of them are like, pay me, pay me, pay me. You must pay me. And it makes it so I don't want to look at them. Because some of them are just predatory and dumb. So maybe that's my own problem. but it is what it is. The normal celebration. The tremendous celebration. You should spend $20. I mean, for this amount of stuff that they're giving for $20, this one at least has value that matches what they're trying to charge you a little bit. Like, it's not the worst. It's not the best. It's no challenge fund. But, like, I get it. This isn't the worst. I would maybe buy this if I was, like, if I just really needed the stuff. And maybe there was a new clan coming out that I really wanted. This could be worth it. I'm going to have to make a whole video where I go around and I look through their stupid store and I decide what stuff has any value at all and what's trash garbage. Would you want to see that? Is that a video you would watch where I absolutely shit on people for having bought stuff and then they all get mad at me? And then they say, you don't get it. Like, in what universe is this worth $50? Are you kidding? This is why this is worth $50 to some people. I'm going to tell you right now. The reason is because they have no fucking idea what this means. They don't know what this water is going to do for them. It hasn't told us anywhere in the game what it plans to do with the water. Miranda says it changes as you keep watering the stuff. It doesn't say that in the game. It says that you're going to get trash garbage for the first one. So people buy this stuff, they don't even know what they're getting into. And that's the point. They do that on purpose. That's why you don't just buy the items. Otherwise, you would just not have this on your fucking screen at all. There's no reason for it. It doesn't need to be. But because they've made it complicated and obscure, you don't know what you're spending, and you don't know where the money is actually going and what it's actually going to get you. And that's the point. They want you to believe that you've got your high hopes up and there's going to be great rewards at the end and you're going to be the new king of the server and you're going to win every battle. That's what they want you to believe. And so they obscure it so they can give you less and less and less and charge you more and more and more. It is predatory and it is bad. And now I'm upset. Now I'm angry. Give me my Valley of Conquerors second rank. And I got rank 4 on here, by the way. I don't even remember how long it takes to charge up my full stamina, and I definitely should have made more moves than I made. But rank 4 is okay. It's not that bad. Unfortunately, they've taken away the thing where it gives you mythic equipment. When it first came out, it gave you mythic equipment no matter what. And on these lower servers, you would get better rewards than this no matter what. Now, I don't know if it's different, if you get different rewards in your Valley of Conquerors than I get in this one, but it feels like it. Certainly the equipment is worse, if nothing else. What would be a fair way for GOAT to monetize? The subscription pisses you off for the better user interface. I agree with that. A fair way for them to monetize is as follows. All right, so we're going to go in here and we see our challenge fund. This is fine. This is good. Okay? Sell this. You're already making $20 a person. That's great. Honestly, the daily claim subscription is a good subscription. What they need to do is they need to bundle both of those subscriptions together. The one that fixes your UI and shit, and the one that gives you your daily summoning stones and diamonds, and just make it the same cost it already was. Like, number one, those quality of life improvements should probably just be part of the game. But even if they wanted to make some money off of that, just make it part of the daily claim, and then you can have that monetized, and that's great. That's still making it pay to win, which I don't like. But in my explanation here, I'm not going to go for a utopia where they just don't ever use pay to win, and then the world is suddenly a better place because they realize they could do just as well by selling fucking cosmetics, because people just want that stuff anyway, both for their own avatar, for their city skins, and for the champions they have. For Christ's sake, they could even be spending some more money and selling you different arena skins. Maybe you could have a different arena that you fight in and you pay money to do that. Why not? Maybe they could have different spell effects or auras that you could put on your characters. Maybe they could sell stuff like you could dye certain parts of the characters certain colors. Would you buy that? A lot of people would buy that. And games like Smite, which is a free-to-play MOBA game, have shown that you don't need to sell a competitive advantage at all to make huge amounts of money. All you got to do is let people be creative and interested. Fortnite is the same way. They just sell a bunch of skins and pickaxes and emotes and all sorts of dumb bullshit that nobody actually needs, but they make billions of dollars because people want that stuff anyway. So why are we basing it on the competitive advantage? I don't understand. I get that they're going to do that anyway, but there's no reason that they need to obscure it behind all of this random bullshit and try to trick you and make you buy things that have a perceived value that is inflated because you don't actually know what any of this stuff means. That's the whole reason that this stuff gets sold. That's the whole reason that people buy the packs and don't realize it's not worth it. Because they see there's definitely a benefit here and it costs this much money. That must just be how much that thing costs. That's fine. I'll spend the money. But they don't realize the actual value and time savings and what they're actually getting. And next thing you know, they're $300 deep on the game and they're barely stronger than if they just waited a week. It's crazy. Is that not crazy? I think that's crazy. So not only have they ramped all of that up, and there's 30,000 different ways, and there's always 4 events going on with these obscure ways to spend, and it's always a $30 pack, and it's a bunch of bullshit. If you tried to buy everything this game came out with, you literally would be spending tens of thousands of dollars a month. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. And if that's not bad enough, then they've also added these sprites, which I can't look at for another couple of months, which is fine by me. But you can get these with diamonds, like everything else, but you can't really get them with diamonds because you can't get anything with diamonds anymore, right? Like, you can't get enough of the thing with just diamonds to be able to have the full competitive advantage. And if you see everybody talking about the Bulko guy, he makes it so your enemies can't ult for 10 seconds, which gives you free 10 seconds to just kick their shit in. And if you have the Bulko and they don't, it's pretty likely that you're going to win. Like, that is a very strict pay-to-win system. There's ways around it, for sure. You could build a team that doesn't need it. You could focus on people who have really strong active skills, like how the female Fulgur has always had an absolute shotgun blast of an active skill. You could focus on that stuff and still maybe be able to win. But that's extreme pay to win, and that's just another system they've added on top. And you're like, well, that's pretty annoying. I'm sure that's all. They wouldn't do more. No, they actually would do more. And what they would do is they would get these masks, and they would come out with all of these masks where you can get bonuses to your actual in-game stats for competition, or your bonuses for your districts and all of the stuff that you're acquiring over time like that. And then you're feeling like, oh, I really got to get these. How can I get these? How can I get these? And the answer is usually you can get a short-term version of it from winning an event. Usually requires spending anyway. Not always, not if you play smart. But also, if you actually want to get them and keep them forever, you're going to spend money to do it. Of course you are. That's the way that you're going to get it. And I'm sure there's maybe one or two of them that have been available for free along the way. I don't know. But every one that I've seen, you've had to pay for. And I haven't gone through all of the new masks. And it's another thing that I don't look at because it's upsetting to me. But like, okay, that's pretty lame, isn't it? Brendan got the horse cheap. Well, yeah, and I plan on probably getting a mask at some point too, because I'm playing the game. I'm going to make content on the game. I gotta keep up with the Joneses to a certain degree. Watch in a month, Bloodline's going to steal my ideas and do so. Good. Focus on the cosmetic stuff. Like, why do they think that people wouldn't buy that? Of course people would buy that. But the problem is, when they come out with a city skin, they say, oh, this city skin is worth 50 American dollars. Are you shitting me? No, it's not worth that much. It's worth 5 American dollars, and you can get away with charging 10. It is worth 5. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I guarantee you that if they came out with these skins for these champions, and the skins were $5, they would fly off the shelves, and they'd be buried in money. If they came out and they're $10, they're still going to get a lot of great sales. I don't know how much the skins are, but I bet they're a lot fucking more than that. I bet you they're a lot more than that. Where are we at here? Where's my Lionstone? Can I buy my Lionstone skin? Outfits. Take me to the outfits. Can I directly buy this? I don't know what it is. What do they mean, claim? Do I just get that? What is this 2%? Did they make the cosmetics have a pay-to-win advantage as well? There's no way that that's not like a competitive advantage of 2%. That couldn't be true. I am so full of rage. It's strength resistance? Why does it say claim? Can I just claim whatever one I want? Or does it have to be that one? And is it a limited time? Probably a limited time, right? And then they're like, oh, you need this. You love this. This is your favorite. You must buy it now. Is that what they do? Oh, look, here's one too. Another bonus. What if I claim this whore? Event is not available. This is, yeah, this is absolute bullshit. They're taking the thing that they should be using to save the game and, like, make it... You can add as many cosmetics as you want. As many as you want. And people will still buy them. And nobody will judge those people for buying them. And when they're using those cosmetics, they're not going to be ruining the experience for other players. So what are you doing? And not to sound racist or anything, but the whole reason is because it's a Chinese company. And that's how their business practices work. Did you know that there are games who literally block Chinese players from playing at all because cheating is so rampant? Because they always pay for the competitive advantage? And these games are directed at that group of people. Now, I'm not saying anything like super racist here. That's just the way their culture is. They know that people cheat, and their culture's solution to that is, okay, then everybody cheat. And I don't know, maybe that's the right answer. But because that cultural shift has happened, and that's the choice that they've made, paying for a competitive advantage is what they will buy. More so than cosmetics. But in the American markets and the markets in Europe, If you sell cosmetics, you're going to make more money, not less. So it's really dumb and really annoying. And I hope that I explained that in a way that did not come off as being super racist, because I'm not. I realize it's just a different culture, and different cultures are allowed to have different priorities. And that's just what social constructs do. They ebb and flow and evolve differently. And just because their way is different than mine doesn't mean it's wrong. But it's a little bit wrong in this situation for me. Oh, you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say that, but I'm saying it. All right, how much does this cost? What if I want to get her? What do I got to pay? Event is not available. So they make these... This is the other thing they do. When they're trying to sell this dumb shit that you don't need, that has some sort of combat advantage, like the masks and everything else, they will put it on a time-limited thing. And the reason they do that is so you stop thinking about spending the money. You don't plan on spending the money later. You think, I better spend this money right now. If I don't spend this money right now, I'm going to miss out. It is a trick, a psychological trick to abuse you. Do not fall for it. Don't be abused. Does anybody know how much those skins actually cost? I would really like to know that information. And while we're talking about cost, I was recommended by YouTube to watch my old video on the Bloodstorm. Really good formatting here. I really love how the M goes down to the bottom. That's really, really, really cute and necessary and very good. When this first came out, you couldn't get it unless you spent money. And the amount of money that you had to spend to be able to get it was 1,000 US dollars. Yes, $1,000 from the United States of America on planet Earth. That is what you had to spend to acquire this person. So, now they have this one, which she's real strong. We went over her in the last stream. And somebody I know has already spent $600 to acquire this one. Kai says now it's $400. So then that brings me to Guild Conquest. I didn't like Guild Conquest when it first came out. And maybe I'm just being too negative. I don't know. I feel like I'm being too negative. This is the last negative thing I'm going to talk about. When Guild Conquest first came out, they told us that it was going to be a guild version of going and fighting bosses across an island so that your guild could earn a bunch of points and you could do really well. And they specifically said it will not be PvP. It won't be. And then it came out and it was literally Valley of Conquerors 2.0. That's all it was. So that was a blatant lie. Now, why would they do that? Why would they do that, class? I'll tell you why they would do that. Because the very next thing they did in the very next patch is they made it so that you could pay to get an advantage in that game mode by taking more turns, moving more, healing your dudes, and whatever the hell else you wanted to do in the game mode. If you have a bigger wallet, you win. That's why they made it PvP. That's why they changed the story on us. They probably planned to make it a PvE thing, and then somebody in the boardroom said, yeah, but we can suckle a lot more dollar bills out of their teats if we just do it this way. And then somebody else in the executive chamber of evil had a full-on orgasm and said, oh my god, holy, I can't believe I didn't think of that. I can't believe we could abuse them so hard if we do that. And then that's what they did. They just changed the whole thing. And now it's ruined and bad. It was $20 to get the female Ignis skin and $40 to get the Lionstone one. Jesus Christ. And do you know why they picked those two characters? Does anybody know? Because they're considered to be really good and everybody can get them. That's why. They're considered to be two of the best characters from the beginning of the game. That is why. Oh, Kimberly's got to go get space groceries after she gets done with the snacks. All right. I acknowledge you. I acknowledge you and I believe. Okay, but keep in mind, I did say that there are certain ways to support the game that are fine. And if you support the game in the ways that are fine, and you refuse to support the game in the ways that are abusive and bad, they will be forced to stop doing the things that are abusive and bad. There it is. Brent says female Lionstone meta. I know people love it. If anybody who's watched my video just brings up female Lionstone now just to try it, it's the new male Lux. I get it. But I'm not wrong. I don't feel like I'm wrong about that one. Everybody likes to poke the panda a little bit. Just a little bit. Is Brendan still here? He'd probably poke the panda. You can't say that. You can't do that. I'm just trying to keep it light, you know? Just trying to keep it light. Alright, I want to look at one clan. I want to look at one clan and learn about a new clan that I don't know anything about. So what new clan do you guys want me to read about? The Hoes? I love these hoes. Pretty sure I gotta change servers to even look at that. Sad but true. We'll go to the old Rage Panda. They're gonna turn me back to the old me. Well, Brendan, you were a little late. Miranda already said ho ho ho. I already switched servers for it and everything. Which I probably would have had to do either way, but. But it is what it is. Look at all that mail. Wow. So much stuff. And I got those diamonds. I don't think I have any stones saved up too much. 132. 132. I could try to do their event, but I wasn't even really winning the first round in a lot of those. Because I was letting my account sit in the 12-star region before. Alright, hoe bags. Where are you at? Where are you at, hoe bags? Alright, passive number 1 for the one with masculine genitalia. Are we allowed to say male and female still in this day and age? Guys, don't get me so salty on the stream, or I'm going to say some shit that's going to get me canceled. Stop it. I'm just upset about the commercial abuse. That's all. Alright. Serene Concordance enshrouds the battlefield with a circle and enforces a covenant with everyone caught inside. In battle, the caster siphons a soul mark from all enemies and allied champions except the caster for 12.5% max constitution. They lose. Each soul mark increases the caster's strength by 2% permanently. Every 9 soul marks increases the caster's damage, absorption, by 8%. Also, all the caster's skills will be enhanced based on the number of soul marks siphoned. So, when would this guy be good? Can anybody tell me what kind of composition that wants to make us play in? I'll be so happy if somebody says it. I'll be real happy. Maybe I'm not wording my question correctly. You all have 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds. A sustained comp. That's the one. Sustained comp is the answer. And the reason for that is because he gets buffs when people are losing their shit. So then you refill their shit, so then they lose more shit. And it goes up and down. And he just keeps getting marked up. At least that's the way it reads that it should work. That's the way it looks to me. And then you just make him real strong because he's on the sustain comp. Alright. Annihilation. Casts a cursed circle upon the enemy champion with the highest strength. The circle takes 5 seconds to form. That's not great. During which all enemies caught within the circle take damage equal to 125% of the caster's strength per second. Now, it's saying it takes 5 seconds to form. Does that mean it's doing the damage the whole time it's forming? Because that's not as bad. Not great, but it's not as bad. Additionally, enemies within the circle's damage dealt is reduced by 25%, After the circle forms, it deals damage equal to 150% of the caster's strength to all enemies caught inside it. Different numbers of soul marks have different effects. With 18 soul marks, the caught enemy's strength is reduced by 20% for 8 seconds. And with 36 soul marks, the caught enemy's strength will be stolen from the caster. If that means they never get it back, if it means that you get it, then this guy could be really strong. If that's what that means. And to be fair, it seems like getting soul marks is not that hard if you're playing sustain. I would say that playing this guy with shields already seems bad. You don't really want shields, because you want to lose Constitution. You just want to fill it back up. And if you're losing shields, you're not losing Constitution. So, shields bad. Is this the Naruto? Yeah, dude. We're doing that Naruto up in here. The Soul-Rending Circle conjures a soul-binding circle at the center of the battlefield for 5 seconds. Enemies caught inside take damage equal to 160% of the caster's strength per second. For as long as the circle lasts, the caster siphons 9 soul marks from the death of all enemy and allied champions, except for the caster himself. With 18 soul marks, the circle constantly pulls all enemies close. With 36 soul marks, the caster siphons 10% strength from all champions killed in the circle, except for the caster himself. It seems like this guy could get extremely strong if he's surviving long enough. That's the whole trick. Don't ever use this guy if you're not going to play sustain. If you have this guy on your team and you don't have 2 healers, then you're fucking up. That's my take on this one. It seems like it depends on how his circles actually, like how big they are and how they function, whether or not they're any good. I feel like this is actually a good skill. It seems annoying. It must do the damage while it's forming, and then it pops for slightly bigger damage. And if you add all of that damage together and take into account that it's an AoE, that's actually pretty strong. Especially since he's ramping up his strength so high with all this other stuff. And he's already at 518. So your boy's already got a decent amount of strength on him. People run the male and female hoe and the male water and sun. Yeah, that seems like it would do the thing. That sounds like it would be really good. With male crooked fin and female Akuna? Yes, I do think that it could do really good, but it could also really do good with the male Akuna and the female Akuna. I wish that I had the healing to support my female Akuna because she's insane. Very strong. So yeah, I think this guy's super good, actually. Could I do a British accent, please? Oh man, I was doing one for the kid in the dramatic reading earlier. There's so many different kinds of British accents, but I'll try. We gotta get to this F-ho. This F-ho over here. So yeah, the M-ho is very strong and very good from what I can read. Now remember, I haven't actually put that guy in the field and played with him. But from what I'm reading, it sounds like he's very strong and you must use him on sustain. That's my final answer. Serene Guardian. How do you do a British accent? I want to not be insulting with it. I don't want to just be like, I'm British. Hello, Governor, I'm British. It neutralizes all damage dished from 9 attacks. That got out of British really fast, didn't it? We were there. When I was being racist with it, it was perfect. It was perfect for a second. Don't use any vowels. Well, sometimes they don't use any consonants, and they go, bottle of water. You got a bottle of water? I know. That's just the racist version of it, and I don't mean to be that guy. Once per 6 seconds, casts a haste charm upon a random allied champion, who immediately recovers 12% of their max constitution, and increases their attack speed by 25%, recovering 50 energy per second for 5 seconds. There, right as the donation came through. And thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate you. You tell that motherfucker I appreciate him. Anybody seen Tom Segura? He's got a funny special. It's a funny special. I didn't take in any of that information because I was reading it British, though, so I gotta reread that. Neutralizes all damage dished from 9 attacks once per 6 seconds. Casts a haste charm upon a random allied champion who immediately recovers 12% of their max constitution and increases their attack speed by 25%, recovering 50 energy per second for 5 seconds. She would be very good with female Akuna just based on that passive alone. When she neutralizes all damage dished from 9 attacks, is she doing that more than once, or is she just doing that one time against her at the beginning of the game? If they're saying that every 6 seconds she's going to do that, well, that would just be crazy strong. But if it's just once at the beginning of the game and it's just for her, it's aight. I mean, it's pretty good, but it's not like it's going to be all normal attacks. So, like, who cares? That's my view on that one. But other than that, very good passive. I mean, it's not bad to be negating attacks. I'm just saying it might not. It might sound better than it is. Alright, the caster casts a silencing charm upon the enemy with the highest energy, which prevents them from casting their active and ultimate skills for 6 seconds. I can't believe they wrote that so well. I don't have to wonder what that does at all. I know exactly everything that does, and there's no question. Good job, Goat Games. Good job. Also, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. And it counters female Lionstone if she was pretending that she was going to do a good job that round. She's not anymore. She can forget that. Additionally, the caster casts a paralysis charm upon the enemy with the highest strength, which renders them unable to attack for 3 seconds. Both charms deal damage to target enemies equal to 470% of the caster's strength. Yeah, so she's just a female Lionstone counter, for sure, but also works well for other things. That's pretty nice. I don't think that I like her as much as the other guy, but we'll see if the ultimate really blows my skirt up. The damage percentage here is like okay. It's like kind of okay. Because if you look at the other dude, he's doing an AoE that does like 125% for 5 seconds. And then does another burst of 150% after that. That's just way more damage. It's like it's like almost the same amount of damage, but it's an AoE. So, yeah, I don't know. It's good utility, but still not my favorite right now. Alright, cast a protection charm upon all allies, which lasts for 6 seconds. Whenever an allied champion takes damage, 70% of the damage will be taken gradually over the next 6 seconds. The allies immediately recover Constitution by 520% of the caster's strength while receiving the charm. Yeah, I don't know, man. That helps you. Okay, so this is the same situation as with the male. The only reason that exists, the only point of this skill at all, is so that you don't instantly die when you get your ass ulted on, which you are going to do. And it gives another healer, a different healer, a chance to recover that health that maybe would have killed you, and now it won't. But only if you heal it back. Because she's not going to do this, and then the damage is still ticking down and didn't quite kill you yet, and then she ults again and saves your life. She's not enough. You would have to run her with somebody like Male Water and Sun, where she's going to actually heal you and make a big difference. So this character is 100% only for one thing, and that is to counter the burst meta. And that's it. That's all she does. If you think about her that way, then you'll know whether she's good or bad based on the teams that you generally fight. If you're on a server where people are still living in the beginning of the game, doing female Lionstone with burst mages, then yeah, she's going to be pretty good, and she's going to stop them from succeeding at that. But she's also she's basically taking up a slot of a person that's not doing damage. It's not that she's not doing damage, right? She's going to do a little bit of damage, but she's not doing very much damage. She's not going to show up on the board as the person who's making the huge difference for you. So if you're not fighting female Lion Stones and people who are instantly bursting your butthole, then you shouldn't even build her, don't make her, don't look at her. So there you go. I know that's kind of a hard decision, but she's either going to be the reason you win or she's not going to be good at all. There you go. Does that answer it? Have I done it? Is that what we wanted to hear? The very gray area answer that I have just given you? The Emho, though, I think on the right team, Emho pops off. Absolutely popping off. Unfortunately, Emho pops off the most when you are in a sustained comp and you're fighting against another sustained comp. For that reason, I might say that running him with male Akuna is stronger than running him with a lot of other people, because you're getting the free anti-heal, you're getting bonus healing on your team, so you're living in your best spot, and hopefully people will start listening to me and everybody will start running sustained comps because they're the best way to play the game right now from everything that I've seen. I don't know everything about everything. That's just, from what I've seen, that's the best right now. Would he be good for expedition bosses? Maybe not very good for expedition bosses. Because when you're fighting those bosses, a lot of times you're not taking that much damage. And if you're fighting like Eye of the Abyss boss, where they have a bunch of health bars that just keep going down, if it counts that each health bar, each color of the health bar, as 100%, and then when you take that down, they've lost 100% constitution, then he's probably good in there, because that's going to add up quickly. All other boss fights, he's going to be absolutely terrible, because the bosses generally don't lose that much health. There's not a bunch of people losing health, and your team usually is not losing that much health either. And if they do, they're losing so much that they die, even if you're on a sustained comp. So he's not going to be able to build up and actually get his damage out when you're fighting a boss. Alternatively, when you're using somebody like female Akuna, it doesn't matter that the enemy's not having their health bar move all that much. But she's not going to be taking all that much damage either. And that's going to let her lifesteal and the people that she's with sustaining her keep her topped up. And the ultimate goal is that you stay at 100% health essentially the whole time, even though every basic attack you're doing is reducing that by 25%. So that requires a lot of passive healing to make it really strong. But since you're not getting targeted all that much and not taking that much passive damage aside from what you're doing to yourself, that's why she's good in that situation. But I don't think he would be. But for team content, super good. And for stuff like Guardian Defense, good lord, my man would be stacking up. I think he would be. It depends on if his circle that he does at the very beginning, it depends on if that's like moving down the road with you, because they have you like pretending to move a little bit. So if that stays with you, if that's like part of the battlefield still, and you're just killing all of these enemies over and over again, their whole health bar going away, that would stack up so fast and make him a real strong boy. I'm not sure if they put anything in place to stop that from happening, but it would be real cool if you could get away with it. It would be real cool. So yeah, I like him better than I like her, but also she's got her uses for sure. I know a lot of people are like, have been telling me that FHO is super, super good. The only reason that she's super, super good is because you're trying to shut down the burst mages anyway. So for that and that alone, she can be good, but you better run both of these with a healer. And I know Male Water and Sun does a lot of healing. And the fact that I see people running that guy without Devout anywhere on the team, what the fuck are you doing? Come on, guys. What are you doing? Stop it. Stop doing that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I get it. Like, okay, so... Alright, thanks, I guess. If we go look at this male Aeson up in here. They changed the text on this, so it says for the first 10 seconds after battle starts, it increases the healing and healed efficiency by 22%. But according to the science that has been done by some relatively respected people on the forums, this is not true. All of the ones that said this before, okay, like, I think Hulking might have been one of them. Is she the one with that? I don't remember. Inspiring. No, this is the one I was looking for. For the first 10 seconds after battle starts, it increases all champions' damage by this. But you'll notice that it says for the first 10 seconds twice. Okay? The reason is because this came out having it say for the first 10 seconds. And this one only does work for the first 10 seconds. But they went and added this extra text to a bunch of traits, and it's not true on any of them except for the ones that already had the text. Does that make sense? Am I explaining that right? I hope I am. Dungeon Descent may be a good fit for those two, but you meant Guardian Defense. Yeah, I think Guardian Defense would be super huge. Actually, if we can go back to this beach. Oh, there's my hoe. This ultimate could be really good in Eyes of the Abyss, because it gets to the point you still have to be running her with sustain. So that's just always true. But if you can make it so those ultimates that are supposed to be like the enrage mode where you're just dead now, if you can take one or two of those without instantly dying, the amount of extra damage that you're going to get out of it could be significant enough to have her on the team. I can't guarantee that. You know, I'm not 100% sure, but it could be good. It just depends on the team. It depends on the team, and if she can do this and keep those big bosses from attacking, then she could be good against those bosses that are actually dangerous. Not all bosses are created equally. Some of them, they don't do anything, and you're just meant to hit them like a big meat stick and do the damage that you can do. But for the ones that are actually dangerous and end up killing you, she could be valuable on those teams. I do have a lot of clans that I need to go through. And my plan going forward is I'm going to read through one or two of these per stream and just get acquainted with all of them. But if you look, there's like 100 champions or more. I haven't counted. I don't know. But there's a lot of champions now. And I kind of want to make short videos, some YouTube shorts. Hi, sweetie. You back from wrestling?
Yeah.
Did you get all cleaned up?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you look sleepy. Are you sleepy?
I am sleepy and hungry.
You're sleepy and hungry?
Yeah.
Hey, come be beautiful on the stream. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
You're hungry, but mommy's at the store?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to come make you some food. You run on back upstairs and make sure you close my door when you go up, but I'll be up there in a minute, okay? Okie dokie.
Okay, go.
Okay. Run along. Run along, you. So eventually I want to do YouTube shorts for all of these. Don't forget to close my door, please. And it will be literally one champion at a time, not like a clan, because it's only 1 minute and I can't do that. So I'm probably just going to plaster the traits that I would use on the bottom of the screen, and then I'll spend the 1 minute talking about the thing that makes them important. Because, like, for her passive that does a percentage of max health is the thing that makes her important. So how am I going to maximize this and where am I going to use it? And then I'll just talk about how she's better in boss fights and it's because of this, and this is how you're going to maximize the effect and all this good stuff. If that sounds like a good format, or if you have different ideas, then I would love to know, because it's going to be a monumental task to get all this done. Like more work even than the website was. Just hold on, sweetie. So obviously I've got to get going because I got a little girl to take care of, and she is the most important thing in this daddy's life. So for now, I want to thank you guys for watching and for all of the donations. I do really appreciate it. I have been Rage Panda 1, and I will see you in the next one.